Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we are going to do a monthly spread for you. Then we're going to take a look at what's going on with you and this new love, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Okay, here we go. So, the overall energy for this week's reading, Aries, is the Two of Cups. So this card is talking about falling in love or the resurgence of a romantic relationship, forgiveness, and the ending of challenges, exchanging gifts, and don't give up on people you love. So I know a lot of y'all, if that last sentence there, you're like, hell no. You know, some people you got to give up on, that just can't act right in love. So I get it. I get it. That's just what the card says. But it is talking about, a connection, a strong connection with mutual attraction. Okay. I feel like this is representing you and the new love that's coming through, the soulmate. Okay. Underneath this, we have the King of Wands. Okay. So this card is talking about, taking a leadership role, stepping into the spotlight, public speaking. So a lot of you may be stepping into the spotlight, or this could be your person. Your person could be in the spotlight with this King of Wands card. Okay. Underneath this is the Seven of Wands. I feel like this is you this month trying to protect your energy, trying to protect your inner peace. Okay. So this is about you standing up for yourself and your beliefs. And Spirit is telling you, have confidence in yourself, challenge people in power if that's what you need to do. But also you need to choose your battles wisely. Okay. Underneath that card is the High Priestess. This is Pisces energy. This can talk about the need to listen to your intuition, because your intuition is going to be a very good guiding force in your life, especially this month. Okay. It's saying, just talking about, this is not the time for action, for you to meditate and turn inward to find out what it is you need to do to maneuver and navigate this month. Okay. All right. So we're going to start out by, let me say this. There is the Queen of Cups underneath this. Okay. For me, this is Scorpio. So you may have your soulmate, maybe a Scorpio. Okay. Or have water placements, or this could be you that has the water placements. Okay. But this is also talking about a love offer that's coming with the Knight of Cups. All right. And it's going to be your wish fulfillment. I'm seeing all these cards. I can go all day long. Hold on. So we're going to start by clarifying this Two of Cups here. Give me 1 second. Can you clarify that? Okay. Hold on. Let me get a card for your person. Okay. All right. So you got some secrets going on this month, or for the month of October. Okay. And when I went to clarify what these secrets are, you are starting to have hope about your situation, is what Spirit is saying. So you may have, felt hopeless last month, or even a couple of weeks ago, but I feel like things are now starting to turn. The wheel is turning, and you are moving in the opposite direction and starting to be more positive when it comes to your love life. Okay. Then we've got the Soul Tribe card showing up here. So Spirit is telling you through this Soul Tribe card that you've got some let's try it again. You've got some like-minded people who understand you that are about to start to show up in your life. Okay. And I feel like this is also including the soulmate. Okay. When it comes to your soulmate, we have the Passion card. So this person's got a lot of passion for you. I tell y'all all the time, you are not going to be able to keep your hands off this person. This person is not going to be able to keep their hands off you. Case in point, in the picture in the card. Okay. So Spirit is pretty much clarifying what I tell you all the time about your new person. Okay. All right. So the first card we're going to take a look at for the month of October represents the main theme of the month for you. So you worrying. Okay. You are worrying. You may be dealing with Aquarius, because I was about to call you Aquarius, Aries. Okay. So you're worrying about this situation. Okay, there may be other things you're worrying about as well, but this is a love reading. We're focusing on love. And so you're worried about the state of affairs when it comes to your love life. I feel like you really do want to have hope. You really want to think positively about this situation. But I feel like for a lot of you, this situation has been dragging on a little bit too long for your taste. Okay, so this is about, okay, so Spirit is telling you this fear is unfounded. This is not, a lot of times this card is about, it's worry, it's excessive worry, it's a lot of anxiety. It could talk about, nightmares, sleepless nights, crying, but a lot of it is just in your mind. These are things you're blowing out of proportion, is what Spirit is trying to tell you, okay? And that when you think negative thoughts, you have a tendency to attract negative things. So Spirit is trying to correct you, all right? Because we got 2 more days in the month of September before we step off into October. So Spirit is telling you to stop allowing your worry to get out of hand and think positively. Okay. This hope card is showing up for you. I feel like this is the way you want to be. And so whenever this comes up and you feel worried, Spirit is telling you, you need to switch it to hope, because by you sitting in this energy, you're going to continue to draw things to you that you're not wanting. Okay. Because you know what they say, what do they say? Worry is you putting energy and negative thoughts into things that haven't even happened yet. Okay, they haven't happened, but if you continue to think this way, you're perpetuating it. You're creating the possibility that it will happen. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and clarify. Nine of Swords. Yeah. Oh, Aries, I just hate to see these cards when they fall. Hold on one second. Okay, so we've got the heartbreak card that's falling for you. And I feel like, a lot of you are trying to get over what happened with this person. Because like I said, there are people from all different parts of this connection in here. So we got people that have gotten over the twin and they're trying to move towards the soulmate. And then we also have people who have just had their heart broken by the twin and they're trying to recover from it. Okay. So maybe the majority of y'all who are watching today, or maybe there could just be one person that needs to hear this. Okay. You sitting in this heartbreak energy and worrying about your love life, you have to get out of this energy. Okay. I understand this person broke your heart. I understand that, what they did, it was a horrible thing. Okay. You got dragged by this person and mistreated by them and you didn't deserve it. Okay. But this is about learning how to overcome things. And one thing I can tell you, after living on this earth for a long time, I can tell you that the more and more you go through shit, the quicker you learn to get over it. So like me now, I have my times. I had my times in the past when I sat in this energy, but I can also tell you that now nothing lasts as long as it used to. Because when I was younger, I used to sit in this and I would be in it forever. Okay. Because it was like, oh, woe is me. It's the end of the world. My heart is broken, yada, yada, yee. And I'm not saying that it's not a devastating thing when you get your heart broken. But what I'm saying is now, the more and more you learn how to work with pain, how to transmute your pain, what to do with it, it makes it. And then the more and more you love yourself, the easier it becomes to get through things like this. It's not easy. I'm not going to ever sit here and say that this is easy, but it becomes easier. So what Spirit is saying is that, okay, they understand that, you've had your heart broken. They understand that you have been abused and mistreated, and that, this was a test of faith. It was a test. And I know it sucks that you got hurt because, you were having to show Spirit that you learned certain things. But with this card, these two cards, Spirit is saying, you sitting in this energy is going to be to your detriment. It's not going to be something that's going to help you on a positive level. Okay. So that's what Spirit is trying to tell you. You have to have your time to feel heartbroken. And then you have to move along. Cause that's the thing I tell myself. I'm like, okay, if you sitting in this, you having this hard time right now, you got to deal with it and move forward. Because if you don't do that, that's the way this life works. Everything is a mirror. So if you sit in heartbreak, you run the risk of putting yourself in, more situations in the future where you're going to get your heart broken. So that's why you got to get out of it. That's why it's about you healing and moving on. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your new person, okay, they're showing up as the divine masculine. If you're a guy watching this, make it fit this the divine feminine, right? So we also have the marriage card. So this person is wanting to come in and they want to marry you. This is like a serious situation. So if that's not a reason for you to get through this heartbreak and let let go of this worry, I don't know what is. You have somebody coming, and I know life is fucked up sometimes, and it's fucked up that you went through this and had your heart broken when you probably would have been ready to be in a relationship with somebody that's wanting to give you these things. I get that. I understand it, but you also have to remember that you really weren't ready. You may have been ready. You may have felt ready, meaning that you weren't hurt, you weren't in pain, and you were open to a connection. But there were things that you still had to learn and things that you still had to take care of that would have tanked this relationship had you skipped over the twin in order to go straight to this connection. Like I told you, you can't skip steps in this situation. We all want to get to the prize, but you have to, in this situation, nothing is coming for free. You have to earn it. Okay. All right. So the next card we're going to take a look at represents the past influences affecting this month. Okay. So we've got the Empress card. This is Taurus Libra energy. Okay. Spirit is talking about that it's time for you to take action. All right. And give birth to your dreams. It's about you going towards your abundance and prosperity. So this is what you got. This is what I'm talking about when I tell you in this energy and you're worrying about things. You have to learn how to take the pain, Aries, from what happened, okay? From what this other person did to you that I still will stand here and tell you I don't feel like you deserved it. You have to learn how to take this pain and put it into other things. That's what I did. As soon as the dude did what he did to me, I said, okay, fuck you. I'm gonna take all of my energy, all of my time, and all of my effort, and I'm gonna put it into my damn channel. That's what I did. So that's why y'all see when I came back on the scene, I was doing all these damn videos and just working. Because as I've told y'all in the past, that's my thing. That's how I help myself get over things, is by working. Okay, so you have to figure out what it is you want to do when it comes to your abundance and prosperity. What creative ideas or what business or what job or what career, whatever it is that lights you up in this lifetime. And with this Empress card, you have to put this energy into that. And that's what's going to help you. That's what's going to help you get through this and stop the worrying, the excessive worrying. Because you have to realize at some point we have to trust in the universe and trust in our spiritual team and know that they have our back. Because once you get into this relationship with this new person, you're going to realize why none of this shit worked out in the past. You're going to realize why the last person you were with, this twin, drugged you and did what they did to you, or dragged you and did what they did to you. You're going to understand all of that. But a lot of times when you're going through it, that's when you really need to understand. That's when it's hard and it's difficult for you to move through the situation because you don't. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. So hold on. You got a lot of cards that just fell. But the Empress card is about you putting yourself back together, right? About you getting yourself together and realizing that this is who you really are. Okay. This is who you really are, which makes you a match for this new person that's coming in. Okay. So this is about you, putting on your big girl britches or putting on your big boy drawers and saying, okay, this happened. I'm down, but I'm not out. I'm going to come back. Cause like I always tell you, you can hurt my feelings, but you're not going to break me. Nobody on this motherfucking earth is going to fucking break me. That's the way I look at it. Okay. So that's what Spirit is trying to tell you. It's time for you to pick yourself up, put the pieces back together, Aries. You can do this and move forward. All right. So we got the Spirit Animal card here too. This is talking about you mirroring. Okay. You used to mirror the twin. I feel like right now you are mirroring this new soulmate that's coming in. So they could be going through some stuff just like you are as well, because everybody got to heal. Everybody got to be on the same page to come together. That's why this thing is so intricate. That's why it's not you know, just cut and dry. That's why it's not like that, because it's two different people with two different lives with all these experiences trying to come together and be in a relationship. So think about that from the not, I was about to say the soulmate perspective, but not from the soulmate perspective, but from the spiritual team's perspective. They got a difficult job, okay? Because you done been through all this stuff with this person. Your soulmate been through all this stuff with the person that they were with. And, you know, they got to try to get all the both of you lined up with all these things that you've been through in order to come together like this. All right. Okay, so Spirit is telling you, focus on your mission. Focus on what it is that you came here to do with this mission card, okay? Because that's what's, like I said, those are the things, distracting yourself with your glow up. That's what's going to help you get through this situation, all right? All right, let me get I did get the card. I already got the card. So for your soulmate, they're going to be coming in. There's a possibility they're going to be coming in with a confession, wanting to tell you the truth, okay? Because I told you, for a lot of you, this person already knows who you are. They're already in love with you. They watch you. And with this confession card, I feel like they're getting tired of like hiding and not being honest. And, you know, they're wanting to get, you know, they're preparing themselves to come on in, is what I feel like. Okay. All right. So the next card we're going to take a look at represents the roadblocks for this month. So balance. Okay. Because this is the King of Cups. For me, it is Cancer. Okay. Like I said, this could mean you may have water placements, your person may have, or you both may have. Okay. This is talking about, you know, with balance, you become very trustworthy, an honorable person. Not saying you weren't before, but it makes you more so of that, because you have both sides of your personality balanced out. Okay. The logic and the emotion, also the light and dark sides. Okay. So it's talking about, you know, somebody you can trust. You become somebody trustworthy, therefore you attract someone trustworthy, that type of thing. So the roadblock this month for you to get to where you're trying to get to and get through this situation, to learn how to trust again, learn how to love again, have the type of relationship you want to have, it's about you balancing yourself out with this King of Cups here. Okay. All right, let's clarify. All right. Okay, this is what you got here. This guilt wounds card is what's showing up. This is something that needs to be worked on, okay? It says feel sorry, uses guilt to manipulate, afraid to set boundaries, okay? You got to be able to set boundaries in a relationship, even with this new person, with the soulmate, okay? Because I told you, it's human nature for people to see how far they can push you, like, you know, what you're gonna accept and what you're not gonna accept. And I know damn well, Aries, you not finna let nobody push you, you know, where you don't want to go. Cause I grew up around a lot of Aries. I got two sisters that are Aries, and I got a couple of cousins that I grew up with that are Aries as well. So I know Aries very well. Okay. And I know that this is something that you got to make sure you got on lock. All right. You got to get rid of these guilt wounds. Stop feeling sorry. Don't let people manipulate you, so on and so forth, because this is about you standing your ground so you can have the type of people in your life that you want. Because like Spirit is telling you, your soul tribe is coming. Okay. All right. When it comes to your person, we got lack mentality here. So this person, you know, they may be afraid on some level to step to you. Okay. Because they may be intimidated by you. Okay. Because you're a very strong individual, or you all are very strong individuals. So a lot of times that can come off intimidating, right? Because you're not taking shit off of people, right? And a lot of people they don't know how to deal with that. Okay. Unless you're a Scorpio. Scorpios know how to deal with it. But anyway, so with this lack mentality card, you know, this person, you know, they've got some shoring up and things that they've got to do as well. This is just to let you know, Spirit is letting you know that you are not the only person that has things, you know, got to come to Jesus and got certain things they got to work on too. Okay. All right. So the next card we're going to take a look at is the possibilities for the month. So we've got the ego card here. This is talking about, this is like the devil, the equivalent of the devil. So it's saying the illusion of being trapped. Spirit is telling you to accept responsibility for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness. Okay. It can also talk about addictions or unhealthy habits. So whatever it is If you got some type of addiction, because like I told you, it don't have to be illicit drugs. It don't have to be, alcohol. It don't have to be something that is, looked down upon or seen as taboo. Okay. Like me, I told you, I'm a workaholic. That's something I had to like constantly keep my eye on, because some days I come sit down at this table and I want to fucking read all day, and spirit is like, oh no, you're not gonna do that. Okay. So it's something I have to constantly reel myself back, because I love to work. This is not work for me. Okay. I enjoy it. I sit down, the time passes by, I don't know where it went. But with this ego card, spirit is telling you, you got to figure out what your addictions are, and you got to reel that shit in. And it's also, this thing here, the illusion of being trapped. You are not trapped in your situation, Aries. Okay. Look at the picture. Look at the angel coming in and shooting the chains, and this person being free. Okay. It's a mental thing. All right. You're mentally believing that you are, but you're really not trapped in this situation. You got to keep working on yourself and healing yourself, and you will get out of this situation. All right. Okay. Let's clarify. Okay. So your person is working on their stability at this time. Like I told you, they got some, limiting beliefs or some things that they've got to deal with that lack mentality card. When it comes to you, this is about you getting clarity, gaining clarity about your situation. So this is about you, being able to see people, places, and things clearly for what they truly are. All right. Seeing this twin for what they are, that they're, a toxic human being who only wants to get in your pants and does not want to have a relationship with you. Okay. And is willing to manipulate you and walk all over you and do whatever it is that they've got to do in order to make that happen. Okay. Then we've got inspiration. Okay. So this is about you finding your inspiration, being inspired so you can work on your mission, work on what lights you up, focus on your abundance, and bring in your prosperity. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we are going to take a look at what's going on exclusively with your person. Let's see what comes up. Okay. Okay. I need 3 cards, Spirit. If you could just tell me what's going on with Aries' person, please. The soulmate, the new person. Okay. Okay, well, they gave me 4. All right. Okay, when it comes to your person, overall energy, we've got the unjust card, blame and guilt. So it's the justice card reversed, it's Libra energy. So this is about your person feeling like they got the short end of the stick in whatever connection they were in. This is about them and how they felt with whatever relationship they were in previous to what's going on now. Okay. So they're learning how to step back into their independent energy with the 9 of coins card, because this person may have tried to tear them down just like your twin tried to tear you down. Because remember, I told you the both of you are mirroring. Okay. Even if they weren't in a twin flame connection, they were in something where this person like was abusive. The other person, their person was abusive and did not treat them right, took them for granted. Okay. Then we've got the high priestess here. Okay. This is about them. They're tapped in. They are an empath just like you are. So it's no narcissist empath thing going on with the two of y'all. It's 2 empaths together. So this person's tapped in too. They're listening to their intuition on how to move through this situation. Okay. And they're trying to figure out how to get back to the vulnerable state I feel like they were in when they were in the relationship with this person, because this person, like I said, manipulated them, and they may have inner child wounding that they've got to deal with as well. All right. But like I said, this connection, that they were in, the connection that you were in for both of you was a test of faith. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me clarify real quick. Yeah. See, there's the overindulgence card. Again, this is why they're overindulging. Okay. They're trying to put themselves back together after what happened with this other person. Okay. Just like you trying to get over your heartbreak, they're trying to get over there. See how you, the two of you mirror? I told you you do. All right. So we've got the first card is the Five of Cups reversed. So you see it says overcoming despair. This person is learning how to, put the pieces back together, pick themselves up, and move on from what happened in this previous relationship. Okay. They may be sending you messages through music. Okay. Then we've got the Death card reversed here. All right. Showing up here, Scorpio energy again. So somebody's got Scorpio placements in this situation, you or your person, or the both of you. So because Scorpio showed up before, so this is talking about internal changes. So I feel like they're purging, they're letting go of a lot of things and trying to move forward to get ready to come towards you. And then they're worried too. There's the Nine of Swords for them as well. Okay, so the both of you are right now, to be honest, you're like licking your wounds, okay, trying to heal yourselves. And so neither one of you is ready to be in a connection with each other yet, because at this point it wouldn't even go anywhere, because you heartbroken and this person is heartbroken too, and feeling like they were mistreated, which I feel like for both of you that's what happened. But you both have to put yourselves back together before any of this can go down. Okay. So we got the Four Coins here. This is talking about, holding yourself back, emotionally. So this person is still holding themselves back because they're still hurt by what happened. And that's normal, but it's going to take a little time until, y'all can get yourselves back together. But see, they're wanting reconciliation. Okay. Because this is a past life connection. That's why reconciliation is coming up again, because you've done other lives with this person. So they're wanting to come together with you in this lifetime. Again, there's lack mentality. You heard me shuffle cards, right? These cards are coming out again because that's what's going on with your person. So they're learning how to step back into their warrior mode, into their warrior energetic identity, so that they can come at you the right way. Okay. All right. Let's get some messages from Spirit. Then we'll get some messages from your person. Okay, so the first card that fell, it says unavailable. This person is unable to give you all you deserve at this time. Spirit is talking about at this time, because this person is going through stuff just like you are. And I feel like Spirit is talking about both of y'all. Both of y'all at this time are not ready to be in a connection. Okay, you're headed towards each other, I feel like, slowly, but I'm glad Spirit gave me the idea to do this, because you need to see what is going on with your person too, and understand that it's not just you, because you may feel like you're ready, but we just saw, right, that you're going through heartbreak. You're trying to lick your wounds. You're trying to mend certain things, and so you got to be open and you got to be ready, Aries, to be in a relationship. And so this is person. So you both have to give each other grace. Okay. There's the Marriage card again. It says this relationship is moving towards a sacred union. All right. And then we've got acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. So this is about both of you learning how to accept that, yeah, you got dragged. Yes, it sucked. No, you didn't deserve it, but it happened. Okay. You got to take your lessons, let it go, let everything else go, and move on. Okay. All right. Let's get some messages from your person. Okay, here we go. It says love. I want to make love to you, which you have never experienced before. I want intimacy in every way possible with you. I just want us to know each other like no one else before us has ever known. Your touch, your voice really heals me. So like I said, when you come together, the two of you are going to heal each other. You're going to be a healing force in each other's lives and help the other person to get over whatever was left over from what they didn't heal from when they were, you know, in the connections with these other people, like the connection you were in and the connection they were in. Okay. All right. Let me get another one. Okay. Then we've got, my body is ruined for you. No one else will do. Nothing else compares. Just the thought of you sends me over the edge. So I told you, y'all gonna be grabbing and groping and not wanting to keep your hands off of each other. And this person is telling you, once the two of you get together, it's gonna be a situation where you ain't gonna want to be with nobody else. Okay. All right. Okay, we've got, you don't realize how perfect you are to me. Okay, so this person sees you, you are the one. Like I told you, marriage has come up twice. This person is not messing around, but they know that they cannot come to you the way that they are right now. Broken is the word that comes through that's going through my head. But I don't feel like, you know, they're a broken person, but some of the things that have happened to them, I told you, they got to pick up the pieces. That's what Spirit keeps saying. They need to pick up the pieces and put themselves back together. I don't feel like they're broken, like, oh God, it's the end of the world. They're never going to be able to fix themselves. But they went through some things that may have chipped at their identity. Okay. And they got to fix it. Okay. Then we've got, I want to make you mine. So that's what this person is about. But unlike the twin, where the twin realized they had to level up to get to you and they don't want to do it, this person is focused on doing that. They're focused on stepping back into their warrior energy so that they can prepare for you. Okay. All right. So we're going to get this, the Lover's Oracle. We're going to get a Lover's Oracle and then I'm going to let you go. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so we got two that fell. It says transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. Okay, this is the back of the card. Here's the message. Okay, so you're both going through a transformation. You're going from, you know, the heartbroken people that you were into somebody, transforming into someone who is ready, open, willing, loving, ready to have a healthy relationship with another person. Okay. Then we've got this card, okay? And it says, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love, okay? All right, Aries, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Aries. Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on with you and your new love when it comes to your love life. Okay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go. Okay, overall energy for this week's reading, Aries, is the Page of Cups. So this is a water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is Pisces. So you may have these placements or your person may have these placements. With this Page of Cups, this is talking about a love offer that comes along with an apology, okay, for some of you. But we're talking about new love. Unless this is someone, you know, from the past that you've had, you know, some kind of something with, all I can say is that, you know, it can come along with an apology because like I said, for some of you, you're going to know who, already going to know who this person is. You already know this person. And I'm not saying you had a past with them in this lifetime, but they know who you are. And for some of you, you know who this person is if this Page of Cups card is coming up. Okay. Then we've got the Queen of Swords coming up here. This is an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is talking about, this could be the energy you're sitting in. It could be the energy your person is sitting in. We're going to take a look at it and see what's going on. But this can talk about truth. It can speak of somebody being a divorcee or a widower, somebody who's gone through a lot of stuff. And I feel like this could be talking about you, that you've been through a lot when it comes to your love life, and you're just ready for things to, start to go in your favor. Then we've got the Wheel of Fortune showing up here. Okay. This is Sagittarius energy. It is talking about this connection being faded. Okay. So this is something that's supposed to be happening. You're destined to be with this person. All right. Underneath this is the Death card, Scorpio energy. It is talking about transformation, this connection transforming. Like, it can start off as friends for a lot of you, and then it can eventually transform into something romantic. All right. But you have walked away from the twin with the Eight of Cups. All right. And with the Page of Swords, air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, this person is still watching you, the twin, and they're wanting a second chance with the Judgment card. They can't help but come up. Okay. But your person, this new person, wants something long-term, stable, and committed with the Ace of Pentacles. All right. So we're going to start by clarifying this Page of Cups. Okay, so here we go. To clarify this Page of Cups, right? We have, okay, Aries, you got 4 cards that fell here. The first one we're going to talk about is this confrontational card. So this is you showing up as dealing with things in an argumentative way, being hostile or argumentative, okay? And then I see on the other side the cowardice card. So it's talking about no courage, afraid to tell the truth, afraid to do the right thing. Okay, then we've got this I love you to the moon and back card, and we have growth and expansion here. So this is the twin is showing their head. Okay, I specifically asked for cards for the new person, and they are giving me the cards for the new person. But we got to talk about this because this must be somebody that needs to hear what I'm about to say. Okay, so with this confrontational card, what I feel like is going on, you and this new person are going to get together, right? This is your card, this is their card. There's going to be a lot of love between the two of you. You're going to be all booed up with this person, Aries. You're going to be deep in love with this person. And then we got the growth and expansion that's happening from the two of you being together. Like I said, there are going to be a lot of beautiful things that come from the two of you being together. Like, for instance, you may go into business with each other. If you do that, it's going to blow up. If, when it comes to your abilities, things that you do, things that you work at and stuff like that, you're going to get better. When it comes to any type of abilities that you have, you're going to have glow up all over. Like, you and this person's money are going to, it's going to increase. It's going to be a lot of different things that's going on, and you're going to be very happy because look at these two people here. They're on top of the world, and then we got the heart here made out of the stars. All right. So I feel like you're going to be like this, and then here comes your fucking person. Okay, the twin, the ex-twin, the ex-person, excuse me, let me correct myself. The ex-person showing up like a coward, trying to give you these false stories, right? And with no courage, afraid to tell the truth, don't want to take responsibility for what the fuck they did. It's saying afraid to do the right thing, but they want to come and try to mess up your good time. And you're not trying to hear that shit, so you finna get in their ass with this confrontational card, okay? So this is talking about you dealing with things in an aggressive, hostile, or argumentative way. And this new person, ain't gonna be fucking having it neither. They ain't gonna be having it neither. I tell you, Aries, this person don't play about you. I don't care if it's a woman or it's a man. Let somebody fuck with Aries and find out what's gonna happen. So if for whoever, if you're cross watching and you're a damn twin, Spirit is telling you it will behoove you to stay your ass wherever the hell you are, because if you don't, it's not going to be a one-on-one. It's going to be a fucking two-on-one. Okay? Let me just put that out there. All right? Okay. All right. So let me put this to the side. Okay. So we have the first card we're going to take a look at. The first placement we're going to take a look at is who you're going to be in this new relationship with this person, right? So we got the Four of Pentacles showing up here. All right. The Four of Pentacles can talk about holding back. All right. It can speak of that. Let me clarify. I want to clarify and see what Spirit is saying about this card. Okay, so Spirit is saying, in order to clarify the Four of Pentacles, we have the clarity card. So this clarity is talking about you being able to see things clearly, understanding situations, people, places, and things for what they truly are. All right. So, and then we've got the shame card coming out for you. All right. So you may be holding yourself back, Aries. This could be a warning, okay, from Spirit to you. If you come out into this connection, right, you're going to have your guard up. That's normal. Okay. Spirit is not expecting you to just come in and, and be, you know, Superman and just open up your heart to this person completely like that. Tread lightly, tread carefully. I get it. You got to take your time to see what's really going on with this person, because you've been hurt a lot, especially with this effing twin over here. Okay. But with the clarity card, this is about you. Spirit is telling you to be discerning and really look at the type of person this person is. All right. Because a lot of you are ashamed of what happened between you and this damn twin. Because look, they're coming up right here. Okay. You are ashamed of what happened with this person and what you allowed this person to do because you were in love with them. Okay. So we're going to have to talk. I'll talk for a second. Okay. Part of clarity is understanding that you made a mistake. All right. This person manipulated you. They made you think that they were the knight in shining armor, or what do you want to call it, the nitress in shining armor or whatever, and was coming to save you, and it was going to be this beautiful thing. They told you all these lies. So you told them how you felt. All right. You opened yourself up to this person, and there's nothing to be ashamed about. Okay. People are gonna do shit to you in this lifetime. You know what I tell you, right? Because like I said, I done been hurt so many motherfucking times I can't even count. All right. So I'm saying all of this to say that people are gonna do what they're gonna do, but it's about how you fucking deal with it. All right. Because I'm about to get up on my soapbox and I'm about to preach now. It's how you deal with it. Okay. People are going to do shit. It's like I told you, it is human nature for people to see how far they can push you. And yes, what this person did was wrong. I am in no way defending what this person did to you. Okay. But we've all been dragged when it comes to relationships. Okay. This is about you healing and getting over that and understanding there's no need for you to be ashamed. This was a beautiful thing that you did. To be able to come to somebody and tell them how you feel. There are people that wish they could do what you did in this situation with this person. But part of you having clarity and really seeing what the hell is going on is for you to realize you should be patting yourself on the back. You should be proud of yourself for coming and telling this person how you felt. Okay? There's no need for you to be ashamed for what you told them. You just tried to love somebody. How is that something to be ashamed of? That's why I'm telling you, this world is kind of crazy, because they want to shit all on people who are open to what is who are acting the way they're supposed to act. You're supposed to love people. You're supposed to open yourself up. If you don't open yourself up, how are you supposed to be in a relationship? Love is a risk, Aries. It is a risk. Okay. It doesn't matter how many times you get hurt. It doesn't matter how many times you fucking heal. Okay, it's a goddamn risk. Even with this soulmate, it's a risk. But Spirit is telling you You can trust this person, okay? I don't know about y'all. I don't know what went down when you were with this person or whatever, but I'm gonna tell you straight up. When I met my person and I asked spirit about them, because after they breadcrumb me the first time, right? I asked spirit about them, and spirit told me straight up that they were gonna fuck it up. And I asked specifically, they said somebody's going to end up being left out in the cold. And I was like, well, who's going to be the person to mess it up? Is it going to be me, or is it going to be him? And they told me that it was going to be him. But I still wanted to give this person the benefit of the doubt, right? Because free will, right? Free will. Spirit can tell you that something's going to happen, but we don't know exactly until this person executes, right? Until they do whatever it is they do. But you know the story. It went on, and the person, kept doing the breadcrumb and kept doing the abuse, kept doing the stupid shit, and I ended up getting hurt. But I can't sit here and say that spirit didn't tell me, okay? But also, if you ask me all over again, would I do what I did before? Would I do it again? Yeah, I would do it again, because you never know, Aries. You never know when it's going to be that person, and you got to think about this. If you're sitting in this Four of Pentacles energy like this, and you don't open yourself up to anybody, then you're never going to know what it's going to be. And like I said, that one that you need to open up to, you're never gonna find them or have the chance to be with them if you don't open yourself up. That's why the healing is so important, because it takes you out of this energy so that you realize, okay, this was a bump in the road. I may have been through this over and over and over and over again, but it's because it's a pattern that I need to heal. And once I heal the pattern, I won't have to do this anymore. I won't have to go through this anymore. That's what you have to trust. You have to trust that if you do what you're being recommended to do, that the situation is going to turn out differently, because this is over. When people are doing this kind of bullshit to you, this type of stuff is over. This season for this is over. But in order for it to be over, the price you have to pay is for you to heal and to come out of this, because spirit wants you to come towards this person and be open. Give what they give. Like I said, they're not saying lay down and let the person walk all over you. They're not saying that. But they're saying you have to open yourself up, because love is always a risk. I don't care if every relationship you've had, like say you had like 50 relationships in the past and all of the fucking relationships were beautiful. You at relationship 50, number 51, it's still gonna be a fucking risk. Okay? You don't know, all the variables. You can't even I can't sit here and tell you that even though this person thinks you the damn bee's knees, and they will bend over backwards and do whatever they can for you, and they ready to kiss your ass and do whatever they can do to win you. I can't sit here and tell you that the person will never play a wrong note and never hurt your feelings. I can't say that. I would be a liar to tell you that, because I don't know. Like I said, you could go through the relationship. You're gonna have ups and downs. That's a relationship, okay? But you gotta get out of this here, okay? You gotta get this clarity and understand you were not wrong for what you did. You were not wrong you're never wrong for letting somebody know how you feel. Even if you got mistreated in the end, that's on them, because this person now is catching fucking hell because they did you the way that they did you, okay? And so you got to think about it. What happened? You learned the damn lesson. You take the lesson, release all the other BS, forgive this person, and move on, because this is about you being happy. It's not about that person anymore, okay? Because a lot of times, when we don't really understand what's going on, we be trying to hold on to this shit thinking it's going to hurt the other person, but it's not going to hurt the other person. It's going to hurt you, Aries, okay? And that's what this person wants. This person wants you to sit in this energy like this and close yourself off and not let anybody, not let anybody in, and not be happy. And so by you doing this, showing up in this energy, that's what you're guaranteeing that's what's going to happen, okay? All right. Let's move on. Hold on one moment. Excuse me. Okay. So the next card we're going to take a look at represents who the new person is going to be in the relationship. So we got the King of Wands, fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this soulmate, like I said, this is going to be your protector, male or female, okay? Because you know there's some women out there, you mess with a man and they will get in your effing ass, okay? So that's what is going on. You know, that's the type of energy this person is bringing. They're very passionate, okay? They're, like I said, they're a protector. This is somebody who, you know, they got it going on, all right? They're preparing themselves for this connection. They're doing whatever they got to do to step up to the plate to be ready for the two of you to be together because they want a passionate connection with you. All right, let's clarify. Hold on, it's not you, not yours. Sorry. Okay, so this person, this is how they see you. Males, make it fit. Okay, you're the divine masculine. If you know you're male, all right. If it's not a, you know what I mean. Okay, so with the divine feminine, you feel like home to this person. This person has soul recognition of you. They recognize your soul. They know that you and them have had past lives together. Okay, on an intuitive level. Okay. Then we've got the money card, money finances card coming up. Okay, this can talk about either them trying to, you know, multiply their finances, or this could be spirit saying that this is someone who has made it when it comes to money and finances. Like they're you know, they're a boss, they're a CEO, they're an entrepreneur. They have a lot of different irons in, you know, in the fire. They do a lot of different things. They juggle a lot of balls in the air. Okay, this is somebody who is, like I said, very passionate. They're very, very good looking. This person takes care of themselves. This person is all about you and them coming together and having this amazing relationship with each other. Okay, then we've got the karmic family card here. So there's somebody in your person's family, okay, that they're having issues with, all right? And this person's been brought back into this person's life for this lifetime for them to work out whatever the issues are, okay? All right. Okay, next question is, what are you looking for when it comes to a lover? So we've got the Six of Swords showing up here. You're looking for somebody that I feel like you can move forward with. You can move out of the rough waters into calmer waters. This is somebody, you know, you want to, you know, get in this boat with them and have smooth sailing. And you know, if you do run into rough waters, you're wanting to you and this person to navigate the rough waters together. I feel like with the Six of Swords. Okay. It can also talk about, you know, healing, like you and them healing. You and this person may travel together, because the Six of Swords can be about travel as well. Okay, let's clarify. Hold on. Okay. Okay, your twin is active today. All right. They showing up again here, but I'm gonna throw this card to the side. Okay, because Spirit is saying the twin is gonna show up. I'm telling you, this person is gonna come. When you commit to this person and decide you want to be with this new person, the twin is going to show up and want to try to manipulate you into coming back with them for nothing, because they have nothing to offer you, because they need to go through their own spiritual healing and they're not doing it. And so I feel like Spirit is showing you this to show you, when you don't heal, this is how you act. This is the stuff you do. You shoot yourself in the foot, you cut your nose off to spite your face. You feel like you know you're in the right, everybody's wrong. You don't want to take responsibility for anything. All these things that this twin does, it's because they need to heal and they don't want to stop moving. It's almost like they're a shark. You know how they say if a shark stops moving, it dies? It's like they got to keep moving so they don't have to think about all the fucked up shit they've done to other people. And that the times that they do stop moving at night, when they're asleep or when they're about to go to sleep, that's when all the thoughts about you come up. That's when the regret comes up. That's when all this stuff comes up. So Spirit is telling you this. how important healing is, because it has the potential to destroy your life, because you don't have anything you can count on, because you treating everybody like shit. And when you treat everybody like shit, you're gonna get the same thing in return, more than likely. Okay. And then, all the other areas of your life where you're looking to be blessed, you're not going to be blessed, because you're not blessing other people. You're not being a blessing in other people's lives. So you're not going to be blessed in return. Okay. All right. So this is about you. Spirit is saying you're going to have to assert boundaries, because this person, let me tell you, the reason why this twin keeps showing up, I know y'all hate it. I know you hate it. Okay. But we got to talk about it, because it's coming up, because Spirit's got stuff to say about it, and you just have to deal with it, because you got to be on alert for this person, because this person, this is about you learning how to assert your boundaries. This to me is a test too. You showing Spirit that, yeah, I realize that this MFer here, didn't mean me any good, wasn't treating me right, didn't deserve me, is not doing anything now to try to deserve me. They just want to come and mess my life up. So this is about you learning how to assert boundaries. And Spirit is using the twin to teach you how to assert boundaries the way you're supposed to assert boundaries. Okay. So this is about you being direct, being self-aware, making self-care and your needs and your wants, making them a priority, so that you can push back against this person and let them know, hey, no, you can't be here. I'm not going to allow you to mess up my life. Okay. All right. I'm just throwing the cards to the side. Okay. So the new person, for the new person, this is going to be a fairy tale love. For some of you, there will be children. Okay. So either you gonna shoot up the club if you're a male. That's what I call it when you get somebody pregnant. When you shoot it, either you gonna shoot up the club, or somebody gonna shoot your club up. Okay. For those of you that want children and can have children, that's what Spirit is saying. Okay. This is gonna be that fairy tale love that everybody wishes they had. Okay. All right. The next card represents what your person, the soulmate, is looking for in a lover. Okay. So we've got the Seven of Wands here. Okay. This is talking about, somebody who protects their energy. Okay. Someone who is able to stand their ground. I feel like, this, even though in the Seven of Wands card, there's just one person in this card, I feel like this person is looking for someone to join them and have the same mindset, like protecting, being in a peaceful relationship, protecting, their peace of mind and your peace of mind at all costs, like the two of you being a united front, a team with each other to build the type of relationship you want, like a beautiful, beautiful relationship. Okay. All right, let's clarify. I'm gonna leave this deck alone, because the twin just coming out. Okay, so there must be some people that's gonna watch this video that are still thinking about being with the twin. Okay, because they just keep coming up. All right, so they're showing up as feeling trapped. Okay, the person wants to come back. They want to try to fix things between the two of you, but it's under the guise that they're going to be different, but they're not going to be different, because like we just talked about, they didn't do what they needed to do. They're not doing their healing. Okay, so with your person, to clarify this card, we've got seize the opportunity. So this person, carpe diem, they're seizing the day. They're coming towards you for the two of you to come together, because look at the thing here. Look at the wand, and look at like all the beautiful colors and all the things that are coming out of or that are over here by the wand. I feel like this is the happiness, and this is what this person wants to build with you. They, even though, because this is not the normal Seven of Wands card, it's not what it normally looks like. It normally looks like somebody sending off a whole bunch of people. And I feel like, that's what it's going to be, a situation where you and this person come together, and anybody that tries to come in to your bubble, because like this to me looks like a bubble. All right. And that anybody that comes in to this comes up to y'all and tries to mess with this connection, the two of you are going to fight like hell to get to get these people away and to stop them from doing whatever they're doing. Okay. All right. Okay. The next question is, what do you really want when it comes to a relationship dynamic? So we've got the Empress card. This is Taurus Libra energy. I feel like this is you saying you want to have a relationship where you open up, okay, where you can be fully trusting and fully open and fully loving, okay, with someone. All right. And I feel like that's always been your intention. All right. But you've gone through so much to the point to where it's just gotten to a point to where I feel like your second nature is to shut down and to be guarded. And it's fair. Like I said, I can't even be disappointed in you about this, because I get it, because I find myself saying that too. Like, okay, you got to make sure you don't do this and you don't do that. And then, but Spirit is like, no, no, no. This is the person you're supposed to open up with. You're supposed to come towards this person and get more in touch with your softer side, because I'm telling you, this person is going to level you up, Aries. Look at the cards that are coming up. This is a fairy tale love. This is, but in order for you to experience this, you got to open yourself up to it. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Ooh. These cards are coming up. Like I said, this is like a reading where I'm reading both the people that's still dealing with the twin. I'm saying it again, and the people that are, wanting to know about new love. So I feel like, you are opening yourself up, trying to get more in touch with your spirituality, because you want to heal and you want to open up and you want to show up like this, more open with the Empress energy. Okay. But there's a lot of depression going on. I feel like you are still trying to heal from what has happened in your past, and not just with this twin, but with other relationships. Okay. And then we've got the red lipstick finding evidence. So some of you are still in something with this twin, and this twin is taking you through it. Okay. So this is about y'all understanding that anybody that's putting you in this type of energy, Aries, you gotta let this person go. Because if this person really truly loved you, they wouldn't be worrying about nobody else. They wouldn't want to be in something with someone else. Because that's what I love about this new person. All they see is you. It's all about you. They've been shut down. This person could be with anybody they want to be with, and they found you. You're the one they want to be with, and you're the person that they're focused on. But this twin, I know when this stuff come up, I know that's what Spirit is talking about. Okay. Some of y'all are you want your love life to be better, but you're in love with this twin, and you're thinking that if you hang on, they're gonna change, and this shit's gonna stop. But the only way to what can I say? The only way to win at this, with this twin, is for you to walk away and leave this motherfucker alone. Okay? Because the fact that they're doing this is telling me they don't give a shit. They know, they gotta know that this is putting you in this type of energy, and they just don't care. Okay? Let me get some other cards for those of you who are trying to focus on the new love. Some cards for new love, Spirit. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Hold on. I just keep getting all these twin flame cards. Okay. Spirit is telling you that for you to open yourself up like this, it's requiring healing, and it's requiring you to step into your confidence. The confidence is what's going to bring the type of relationship you want towards you. Okay. This person, the twin, tried to beat your confidence down, but this is about you rebuilding yourself back up, you being stronger, better than you were before, so that you can move forward into the type of relationship that you want. Okay. Because you got to be balanced. You got to be confident. You got to, love on yourself. You got to know who you are and what it is you deserve in order to bring in this new love. Okay. All right. So for those of you who are still thinking about the twin, Spirit is saying, you know, this person has a lot of anger issues, and the best thing for you to do is just to let it go and deal with it in the next lifetime. Okay? Because this person is not, the way things are going right now, they're not going to show up the way you're wanting them to show up. Okay? They're doing all kinds of stuff. It's like they're trying to see how far they can go. You know, how much they can beat you down, because I'm going to tell you, for a lot of you, this twin is jealous. Okay? Those of you that are, you know, have left them and walked away, you're glowing up, things are getting better, you're getting money, you're getting promotions, you're getting, you know, you're excelling in your career, you have all these beautiful things that are happening to you in your life, and this person is jealous of you. Okay? Because they're not doing what they need to do. All right? And there's somebody, okay, somebody wanted to come at me in the comments and tell me they weren't chasing. But what you got to understand is, this is not a personal read. I am not your personal reader when I read during the week. Okay. This is a collective reading. So it's whoever comes to this reading that's supposed to hear this. That's why the stuff is showing up. Okay. So for those of you that's talking about, oh, you're not chasing or whatever. Okay. But this is for somebody that needs to hear it. And I'm not going to, I'm not going to stop the message just because there's somebody here that only wants to hear about new love. I have to accommodate whatever Spirit is giving me. I'm going to read it for whoever is here. Okay. So we've got the chasing card here showing up again. It showed up last week. So it's talking about a painful and overwhelming energy of wanting to connect with your twin so badly it consumes you. This is like obsession, finding yourself becoming relentless in the pursuit of your twin. So, like I just told you, the way you go from this energy into this energy is to focus on your spirituality. All right. Get more in touch with your softer side with the Empress energy. This is the energy you need to be trying to cultivate, because the Empress don't chase nobody. The Empress sits on her fucking throne and she waits, or he or she, Emperor, whatever. Make it fit, guys. She sits on her throne and waits for people to approach her. She don't chase nobody. So this right here, this is not going to end well, because we already got this card showing up here, and then you sitting in depression. All right. So, like I said, my heart goes out to you that what is going on with you with this twin is going on. But what you have to understand is, this person does not mean you well at all. And this is about you moving on. I know you don't want to hear it. You want, it to work out because you got these feelings for this person, and they're overwhelming, and you're obsessed and you're in love with them. Like I said, I went through it, and everybody that comes to this video that's been in a twin flame connection, they went through the shit too. Okay. But what you got to understand is, this, for a lot of the twins that are going through this, it's not about this anymore. You got to move on to what is better, because this person, all they're trying to do is get what they want and tear you, and they're tearing you down in the interim at the same time, and they don't care. So you got to get that through your head and understand that this person, they don't care. They don't care how much you love them. They don't care how you chase them. Nothing you do is going to make this person heal and do what they need to do. The only thing that, like I said, the only way you can win, let me repeat it, the only way you can win in this situation is for you to turn around and move forward with your life. Okay? Whether you choose to be in a relationship with somebody else or not. Okay? Moving on. Okay, next card represents, what does your person, your soulmate, really want in this relationship? They're going to want you to make the choice. They're going to want you to choose them with this Two of Wands. Okay? This can also, talk about the fact that, you and this person, could be at, a distance. This can talk about travel. They may want to travel with you as well. This could be somebody that travels for their work. But I feel like they're going to want you to make the choice and to choose them, because they're the ones that's going to be open to you, available to you, loving you the way you want to be loved. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Yeah, see, they want you to walk away from this bozo the clown here, male or female, whoever this is. Okay? Whoever this is over here, twin. Yeah, because they want you to step towards them, because you You and them are going to be abundant. You're going to be happy. You're going to have the type of life that you've always dreamed of. Okay. All right. The last card here represents what the relationship between the two of you is destined to be like, you and the soulmate. And we've got the star. This is Aquarius energy. All right. So this is like a wish come true on both sides. Okay. It's going to be a healing connection. Okay. This could be, some of you might be in the spotlight, or it could be your person is in the spotlight, or both of you are. All right. Let's clarify. Hold on. Okay, so to clarify the star, we've got the willpower card showing up, all right, which is talking about, for some of you, it's going to be a situation where you're going to have to use all your self-mastery, self-control, energetic determination to pull away from this person. It's for those of you who are still entertaining the twin. Okay. All right. So for those of you who are not, who want to move forward, Spirit is telling you you're going to have to forgive this person. Okay. If you haven't already done it, this card keeps coming up because it's some of you that's lagging when it comes to this, and you gotta forgive this person, because it's not about them. It's about you being free, feeling done with the situation, and knowing that you don't have to deal with this person anymore if you don't want to. Okay. And then you're going to be meeting someone new, all right, which is a soulmate. That's why this card is showing up. Okay. All right. Like I said, I tried to make it just about the new person, but there must be people that are going to come in and watch this video that are still focusing on the twin. All right. Hold on. So we're going to get some messages from Spirit. Ooh, we got so many cards that fell. Okay. So we've got lessons. This is a teaching moment. Straightforwardness. Someone is ready to take a direct approach and be clear in their communication. This is talking about the soulmate. They're going to come in. There's not going to be any BS. This person is going to tell you straight up what's going on, how they feel about you, what they want out of this connection. And ride or die. That's what just ran through my head. This person wants to come in and ride or die with you, and they're wanting you to be there, with them, to have this fairy tale love and to create this legacy together. Okay. All right, so we've got transformation. The universe is asking for you both to be open to change. It is inevitable. All right, and this change is not just talking about you and the soulmate. Those of you who are still entertaining the twin, Spirit is telling you this change as well, because this is only going to lead you somewhere you don't want to go with the chasing. Okay. Then we've got detour. An alternate course of action is needed to move past this roadblock, and I feel like this is what Spirit is talking about. Okay. All right. So now we are going to get some messages. I'm going to entertain. I'm going to let you hear. Those of you who are dealing with the twin, I'm going to get a couple of messages from the twin, but the rest of the messages are going to be from the new person, for the new person. Okay, so we've got, I tried to run from this connection, but my soul craves you. This is from the twin. Then we've got, I cannot be vulnerable with you. I'd rather hide in the darkness before I let you see inside me. So this person is not trying to let you in. Okay. They're not trying to let anybody in. This person, like I said, they got issues. Then we've got, I depend on you too much to let you go. I have codependency issues. Okay. So this connection is all kinds of unhealthy. All right. All right. So let's get some messages from the new person. Okay, so we've got need you. It says, you are so nurturing, magnetic, and a passionate queen in my life. Or king, make it fit, okay? Your light shines bright and guides me in my darkness. You feel like home to me, and I always feel very happy and comfortable in your presence. Thank you, my love, for always sending me healing, energy, and love. I need you and your energy even more now, okay? All right, let's try this one. Let's see. All right. Okay. Okay, twin, will you please try again? The twin, I want to let it all go and start over all again. Start it all over again. And then you are my biggest wish. This is from the new person. Okay, let's move on. I'm just going to use these because I don't want no more messages from the twin. Okay. So from the new person, you are a masterpiece. You are the best thing. You are the best things in life. Okay. So you're the best thing in this person's life. Okay. We've got, you're the only one I see. I told you that, right? This is all, you are all this person sees. They're not looking at nobody else. There's a whole bunch of people looking at them, but all they're looking at is you. All right. Then we've got, you're the best thing that has happened to me. The same thing that just came out with the other card, right? You're a masterpiece and you're the best thing that's ever happened to them. Okay, let's get these. I did not expect the twin to be busting up in the reading like this. Oof. And I just feel drained just dealing with their energy that little bit that I did. Okay. Thank you for being so patient with me. New person. You are so damn beautiful or handsome that I freeze in your presence and I fear making a fool of myself. Okay, so this person, like I told you, you intimidate this person, Aries. Okay, I feel like this is somebody who's never intimidated by anybody. They're intimidated by you, and so I feel like it kind of freaks them out a little bit. Okay, then we've got, sometimes when I'm busy, I pause to think of you, and it's like a breath of fresh air. Okay. And then on the bottom of the deck, it says your honesty and vulnerability scares me and allures me at the same time. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get a Black Hollywood romance stars oracle card. Let's even get a few before I let you go. Okay. Okay, so we've got annoyance. You or your partner may be annoyed right now. Give each other space to cool off and avoid more arguments. You know that's about the twin. Okay. Then we've got inner fears. As you face your inner fears, you recognize what is holding you back from attracting a healthy and loving relationship with others and yourself. So this is about you looking within, Aries, and seeing what your fears are. Because like I said, this is the holy grail. This is what you've been wishing for your whole life. So don't let what this person did to you or the other people in the past did to you. Don't let this stop you from being happy and having an amazing relationship with somebody who's going to love you back the way you love them. Okay. Then we've got the devotion card. See, this person's going to be devoted to you. I hear the hopelessly devoted song in my head. A dedicated partner whose love is unconditional and eternal. There is nothing this person won't do for you, Aries. Okay, so don't allow the things that happened to you in the past. Don't allow that to mess you up and mess this situation up. You know, I'm not saying, that you come in and just be, just throw the doors all the way open. But Spirit is advising you to not hold yourself back. If this person is showing you, love and showing you care and being good to you, start to incrementally open yourself up. Start to do that. Don't go in with this Four of Pentacles energy and just sit there, because it's going to mess things up. And you don't want to do that after you've been through all this stuff, because then it's going to be like it was for nothing. All right. So think really hard about what Spirit is telling you, Aries, because Spirit is trying to help you to get what it is that you want. But you got to be a willing participant as well. Okay. All right, Aries, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Aries. Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what is going on with your person, okay? So Spirit told me to pull a reading just for your person. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Outcome. Outcome. Do you want two more? Excuse me. Okay. Okay, here we go, Aries. So the overall energy for this week's reading for your person is the Sun card. This is Leo energy. It is talking about, your person's quest for happiness, okay? This can talk about, the soulmate energy between the two of you and, their happiness at the fact that you're on your way to them. Underneath this, we have the Seven of Cups. This can talk about having options, choices, being confused. I feel like, there's no confusion when it comes to this connection for your person because they know who and what they want, and it's you, okay? Underneath this is the Queen of Wands. So this is a fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Excuse me. I feel like you're very attractive to this person. They see you as the one that they want to be with. This person is preparing themselves for that to happen, okay? With the Page of Pentacles, earth sign, or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, I feel like, they've been doing a lot of intense study is what I'm getting in my mind. This can, also talk about them coming forward to you with a love offer that's long, for long-term, stable, and committed relationship. And then with the Three of Swords, this can speak of, somebody's going to get their heart broken. And I feel like it's the person you don't choose, which is the twin, okay? Or the person that neither one of you chooses, which is your twin, and then whoever it was that your person was in a relationship with, okay? All right. Excuse me. So we're going to start by clarifying the Sun. Okay, so when it comes to the Sun, all right, it's being clarified by the obstacle ahead card. So even though this person, this is about this person coming together with you, Aries, and being in this relationship with you, the soulmates coming together, there are still obstacles in this situation, in this connection, and it's because you have to heal your heart. And I feel like this is talking about them needing to heal their heart as well. I'm gonna pull a card for you. Yeah. You are focused at this time on, focusing on your creativity, what lights you up, your, innovative efforts. And with this tunnel vision card, Spirit is saying that's all you're focused on right now. I feel like for a lot of you, you're not even focusing on this connection. You're just letting it be. You're detaching from it and doing what it is you need to do. Okay. Yeah. Your person is learning, they're getting clarity about their situation and about their love life. When it comes to their love life, the things that they need to be, clear about, because there's still some things that I feel like are unfocused for them or not clear for them, which is the reason why it's because they're still having to heal their heart from what happened to them. Okay. All right. So I pulled 9 cards here. So for the first row, this represents the past. We've got the Temperance card, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Cups. So the Temperance card is Sagittarius energy. All right. Then we've got the Seven of Swords showing up here. And then, like I said, the Four of Cups. So in the past, I feel like your person started off very balanced. Okay. They were focusing on, healing themselves, always healing themselves, trying to be the best person they could be, looking for their happiness here. Because look, there's the sun there in the background. And we've got the Sun card showing up here. And then they got into something. I feel like this was the last relationship they were in with this person, right? And this person betrayed them with the Seven of Swords. There were lies, there was, betrayal. this person may have gotten away with something or thought they got away with something, but your person figured it out. Okay. And we've got the Four of Cups showing up here, which is talking about, you know, your person being over it when it comes to love relationships, because you see Spirit trying to hold out this card here. I mean, this cup here, and you see their shirt here. Look at what it says on their shirt, over it. So yeah, your person for a long time may have just sat in disillusionment and, you know, had apathy when it came to their love life and wanted to give up when it came to love. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Let's see. Temperance. Seven of Swords. Four Cups. Okay, yeah. So, like I said, they went into a relationship with someone. Okay, it didn't work out the way that they wanted it to. And so, to clarify the Temperance card, we've got the it's over card. So this to me, you know, is like the, not necessarily like the Eight of Cups, but like, you know, it could be the Three of Swords, or, you know, something that denotes, you know, heartbreak, breakup, separation. So to clarify the Seven of Swords, this betrayal and what it is that this person learned had to do with lessons that they needed to learn, karma that, you know, they had, you know, they had to reap what they've sown when it comes to love relationships. Because even though I feel like this person is a good person, I feel like at times they may bend over backwards a little bit too much for other people and go a little bit too far, because they're, you know, they're looking for someone to love and care for them the way that they love and care for people just like you. Okay. So with the Four of Cups, you know, like I said, they were disillusioned for a long period of time, a lot of confusion based on their love life because of the way things just went down. And just to clarify, this is the new person. We're not reading anybody old, okay? This is somebody brand new that we're reading, okay? Yeah. So this person travels a lot. They move around a lot, okay? And they may go back and forth for work, or it just may be a situation to where whatever they do for work, they have to travel. We've got the Forgiveness card showing up. This person has had to learn to look at the situation, the lessons that they've learned here, and learn how to forgive themselves and to forgive other people for what was done to them. All right. And I feel like, you know, for a while there in the past, as a consequence of what they experienced, they were in some type of self-sabotage mode, okay, when it came to love life. I feel like after whatever happened with this person, your person wasn't, like I said, they weren't too keen on wanting to be in a relationship with someone else after that. So okay, they built walls around their heart, and I feel like for a little while, instead of them listening to the angel, they were listening to the devil. Okay. All right. So when it comes to right now, what's going on right now, we got the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Cups, which for me is Scorpio. Like I said, it could also denote other water signs, Cancer and Pisces, but when this shows up, Spirit is telling me it's Scorpio. And then we've got the Page of Cups. This is Pisces, but like I said, it could be other water signs. It could be, you know, Cancer or Scorpio. So this person, your person wants to build a legacy with this Ten of Pentacles, okay? And they have a lot of love to give somebody with the Queen of Cups, okay? And I feel like, you know, they found you, and with this Page of Cups, this is talking about them wanting to come forward and wanting to give that love with, you know, to you, and build a legacy with you with this Ten of Pentacles, okay? Build a family, build love, build legacy. All right, let's clarify. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so your person is listening to guidance from spirit. Okay, they are following their intuition and following, like I said, your person's an empath just like you are. They are trying to follow the guidance that they're being given, that's being given to them by spirit. Okay, but like I've told you before, this person, at times is very intimidated by you. There's something about the way you carry yourself, Aries. Okay, like I said, it's probably because you don't suffer any fools. Like I said, you got to be strong to deal with an Aries. So it just could be a situation to where at times they kind of quite don't know how to approach you. Okay, you may come off, like I said, a little bit strong for them. Maybe they're not used to these, to people that carry themselves the way that you do. Or it could be that the way you carry yourself, it may take it to a different, another level other than the people that they've dealt with in the past. Okay, and then we've got the walking away card here. I feel like this is talking about your person figuring out that they need to walk away from things that no longer serve them. All right, hold on. Queen of Cups. And Page of Cups. Yeah. So your person had to figure out, they had to rebalance themselves after what happened in the last connection that they were in. All right. But there's, this is when they saw you, okay, with the Queen of Cups here. So you could be Scorpio. You could have Scorpio placements in your chart, or you both could have them. So we've got the passionate romance card showing up here. So I feel like when this person saw you, they may have been afraid of love in the beginning, but when they saw you, I feel like this passionate romance card is like pretty much drowning out the cowardice, or the I'm not going to say cowardice. I don't feel like your person is a coward at all by any means. I feel like they just get intimidated at times. This doesn't feel like a coward energy to me, because this person we're talking about is somebody that's a boss. This is somebody that handles their business. This is somebody that don't fuck around. So I feel like any kind of fear that's been going on with them has to do with the fact that they're gun shy from what happened in other connections, the last connection, the last few connections, or the last connection that they were in. Okay, and with this passionate romance card, I feel like their love and their passion for you is drowning out whatever fear or intimidation they may have, okay, towards you. Okay, and then, like I told you, this Page of Cups can also represent the fact that their person, the old person, the last person they were with, may be coming back, may have tried to come back recently and tried to get them back. Okay, offer a love offer and an apology. Okay, with this Page of Cups here, trying to apologize for the way that they treated your person. Like I said, we're talking about the new person, the soulmate, but the soulmate is like, hell no, and they walking away because they've met someone new who is you. Okay, all right. Okay, so when we get to the future, we've got the Ten of Swords showing up here. We have the Page of Swords, and we've got the Ten of Cups. Okay, so this person, like I said, your person was betrayed by what happened to them. Like I said, there was third party, for some of your people, there was, like I said, they got 10 swords to the back. There was a lot of backstabbing. It could have been something that even happened online, because I'm looking at how this woman is like, grabbing her phone and looking at her phone. Okay. So with the Page of Swords, this, what this could also represent too, this could also represent them seeing you. Let me clarify this card. And stop trying to, yeah. Okay. I feel like this is you. This is you coming into the future. Okay. So your person saw you. They're seizing the opportunity to want to come towards you. They're watching you with this Page of Swords here because they realize that you're the one. They want to have a family with you and they want to be happy with you. Okay. So we got for the both of you, the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups showing up here. So like I said, this is a strong ass connection. All right. And then, like I told you, the overall energy is the Sun. This is major arcana. This is the strongest card in the deck you're pulling for this person. So Spirit has got someone lined up for you, Aries, that is like the cat's meow, the bee's knees. This is like one of the best people you could ever be with. Page of Swords. Hold on, let me finish clarifying. Yeah. This person is very drawn to you, okay? And then we've got, that's why they watch you like they do with this Page of Swords, okay? And so this person's in love with you, and they're going to come towards you, like I said, very vulnerable. They're going to open themselves up, even though they've been through this mess that they've been through with this other person, okay? You are inspiring this person to heal themselves and to jump back into the world of love and relationships and dating. And I'm saying dating, but this person, like I said, is dating with intent. They're dating with purpose. They're wanting to be serious with you. Like I said, they're dating for like the two of you to come together and be committed. They're not dating you to just like see where it goes. I've told y'all this before, okay? All right. Okay, let's get some messages from Spirit. Okay, so we've got support. Spirit is telling you to lean on your inner circle at this time. Your person may be doing that as well to get through what they're going through. Then we've got denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. Okay, and I feel like that's what your person is doing. They are detaching from the situation, from all situations, so that they can really look at what is going on and look at it from, you know, a place of power, a place of where they're standing back and being really conscious of what they're looking at, and not, you know how sometimes we'll look at stuff but not really look at it. That's what I feel like is going on with your person. They're not wanting to do that anymore. They're wanting to really see what is going on, just period, in all of their life, not just in their love life. And I feel like, you know, they're detaching so that they can do that, you know, look at it and looking at it from a logical perspective and not necessarily from an emotional perspective. Okay. Then we've got protected. You know, Spirit is telling you and your person you're both safe and divinely guided. And then Spirit is also telling you that this connection is true love. And this person already knows that. That's why, you know, you caused them to do a total 180, because at the beginning of this connection, or at the beginning of this reading in the past, your person was like, it's over. I don't want to deal with anybody else anymore. I don't want to be in a relationship. I just want to, you know, just take life as it comes, basically. And then, like I said, once they saw you, it just completely flipped things for them. Okay. All right. So let's get some messages from your person. Okay. So we've got the Mind card right here. I'll show you the picture. It says, I want to take the honoring path towards you, so I'm taking responsibility for my situation first. I'm coming forward to tell you how I feel. I know I have what it takes to make you mine. I'm ready for our new beginning. So this person, like I said, is going to come in ready to do the work, ready to do whatever is necessary to, you know, to come towards you. They pulling out all the stops. It's not going to be a thing of where they come in and they sit and look at you and wait for you to make the first move. This person is going to come in all gung-ho, ready for the two of you to be together. Okay. Then we've got the love card. It says, I want to make love to you, which you have, in a way, I guess they're saying, in a way that you've never experienced before. I want intimacy in every way possible with you. I just want us to know each other like no one else before us have ever known. Your touch, your voice really heals me. Okay. So like I told you, this will be a healing connection. This person wants to be the best in when it comes to the way they love you, when it comes to the way they make love to you, when it comes to the way that they treat you, every way they, you know, they interact with you in your lives together, this person wants to be number one. They want to be so good until you wipe out. You know, they wipe out every other, I guess, good memory you have of other people. They want to wipe it out by being the best you ever had in every area. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get some other messages. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. This person is telling you they want to be with you forever. Okay. Like I told you, it's not some fly by night thing. This is not this person just playing around. Okay. There, look, spirit is guiding me back to you. So spirit is bringing you, and the reason why they're saying back, like I told you, this has been a connection where the two of you have been together over many lifetimes. It's not the first time you've been together. Okay. And of course, again, there it is, like the page of wands. I mean, not page of wands, page of swords. This person secretly watches you. Okay. All right. Let's get some more messages. Okay, so we've got your intellect arouses me. So like I said, you know, this person, I feel like you're going to stimulate each other on every level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So, you know, I feel like there's going to be a meeting of the minds is what I'm hearing first. Okay. Then we've got, I feel so happy with you. So you make this person happy. This person's going to make you happy. And then they want you so badly. So we know that because they was talking about that. Okay. All right. All right. So we've got, I can't see anyone but you. Like I said, you're all this person sees. There is no, that's why I told you with this Seven of Cups here, the reason this is coming up is because Spirit is telling you this person dreams about you, daydreams about you all the time. They dream about you at night. It's also a thing where this person has a lot of options. I feel like at times, Aries, you have a lot of options as well. And this, you know, it's a thing where there is no one else for this person. They don't want to be, like I said, there may be a lot of people circling around this person, which is what the Seven of Cups tells me, but they don't want any of those people. They only see you. Okay. All right. And then we've got your love makes me better. Okay. So like I said, you inspire this person to be the best person they can be, to want to seize opportunities, especially when it comes to you. Because like I said, they're drawn to you. And it's a, you know, a situation where they're going to come in vulnerable. They're not going to, you know, play games and hide their hand and, you know, do all that crazy stuff. They're not doing that. And then at the bottom of the deck, it says, I want to wake up beside you every day. So this person wants you by their side every single day. Okay. All right. So before you go, we are going to pull some Romance Angel Oracle cards and see what else Spirit wants to tell you about the reading. Okay. Okay, so we got two cards here. Yeah, Spirit is saying soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So this is confirmation that we're talking about new love. We're not talking about somebody old. Okay. Then we've got make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So Spirit is telling you, whatever you got to do, Aries, to get yourself prepared for this connection, whatever you got to heal, whatever you got to walk away from, you know, however you got to, you know, do some self-care on yourself, whatever it is, Spirit is telling you, is advising you to make that effort, because like I told you, this is somebody that you're going to have not only the Ten of Pentacles with, but they see you as the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups together. Okay. So always when I read for y'all about this soulmate, a lot of times these two cards come up together. So you have the potential to have a relationship unlike anything other people, like regular people, normal people in this world have, because you know, you can tell from the things that we go through and the things that we've been through that we're not normal, right? because people always want to try to say, twin flame and all this kind of stuff doesn't exist. And that's a lie, because you know what you go through. And I'm telling you the same thing. How are two people that don't, or a bunch of people that don't know each other, how are we all experiencing the same things if it's not true, right? So I'm saying all this to say that because this is not a normal situation, okay? You're not living a normal life. So it would make sense that you wouldn't have normal experiences, and you wouldn't have normal relationships with the people that you've had relationships with. Because think about it, your relationships have been rougher, right? When you talk to other people, your friends and family members and things like that, and the things you see, you've had rougher experiences than other people, right? You've had things where they just, stuff will just blow up in your face or explode and just be all crazy. And then you see other people walking around, the normal folks, you know, all in love and the Cupid arrow and all this kind of crap. And so I know you're wondering, like, why am I going through all this crazy stuff? But it's because there's some amazing things coming your way. There's an amazing experience. Just because you had all these hard experiences, now it's time for the payoff. That's why this Sun card is showing up. That's why this soulmate card is showing up here. That's why you see the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Spirit is telling you that you have something amazing coming your way as a reward for all of the hurdles, all of the obstacles, all of the crazy shit you've been through in your life. Okay. All right. So it's just a matter of you preparing yourself for this connection and your person doing the same thing. Because like I said, you're mirroring each other. So that's why I tell you, if you're wanting your person to heal themselves and come on, then you need to heal yourself, because they doing whatever you're doing. So if you lollygagging, they lollygagging too. If you're healing, your person is healing too. They're doing whatever the hell you doing. Because like I told you, it's a mirrored effect, just like it was with the twin. Okay. All right, Aries, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Aries. Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at new love again. We're going to do a different spread and see what Spirit wants to tell you about your relationship with them, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go. So, overall energy for this week's reading, Aries, is the Queen of Swords. So this is an air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This can talk about somebody who's like been through it when it comes to love. I feel like it is representing you, and it could be representing your soulmate as well, because as we looked at last week and the week before, your person's been through a lot of stuff as well, just like you have. Okay, I told you there will be a lot of similarities between the two of you when you talk about your relationship, history, your relationship past. With the Queen of Swords, it's also talking about somebody who may have been divorced, widowed, somebody who has just suffered a lot of slings and arrows when it comes to love. And I feel like they're just wanting someone to come in and be truthful and treat them the way that they've always wanted and deserved to be treated. Okay. Okay. Then we've got the King of Pentacles showing up here. Earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is talking about, a long-term, stable, and committed relationship. It is just, what it is you want. And I feel like you're not trying to settle for anything less than this. Okay. Like I said, I feel like, you're pretty much auditioning people and figuring out, who you're wanting to be with. But I feel like you're doing that, waiting for your soulmate to show up. Okay. Then we've got the Six of Swords showing up here. This is talking about, moving from rough waters into calmer waters. Like I said, you have basically been through it. Try to see what that is in that water. Oh, that's spirit. There's a bird there. So that's spirit, and there's spirit there. So you're being guided by spirit while you go through this healing, because the Six of Swords can talk about that as well. Okay, it can speak of moving. Some of you may be moving house, because when I was shuffling some of these clarification decks before I turned on the camera, the moving card fell out. So some of you may actually literally be moving. Okay. Then we've got the Queen of Cups showing up here. This is a Scorpio, but it's a water sign, or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But when this shows up, Spirit is telling me it's Scorpio. So you have a cup of love. You have a lot of love to give. And I feel like, you're just waiting on your person, because look at her. Look at how she's waiting. Men make it fit. Okay. She's just waiting. She's tired of, like I said, some of you, some people may be widowed who watch this reading. Remember I told you with the Queen of Swords, because that's a mausoleum there. So I feel like you've been waiting a long time for the love that you feel like you deserve and you desire. And you're at the point now where you're tired of feeling left out in the cold. You're tired of people ghosting you. You're tired of people doing all this bullshit. And you're like, okay, when am I going to be able to let go of these burdens for good and get what it is I want when it comes to love? Okay. So we're going to start by clarifying this Queen of Swords here. Queen of Swords. Okay. So yeah, you may have been experiencing a lot of fears and anxieties when it comes to love. Some of you, this could be the twin showing up with this fears and anxieties card, because we know they let this get in the way of them doing whatever. But this is not a twin flame reading or old love reading. We're talking about new love. So Spirit is telling you there's going to be reciprocity, that someone is coming and there are going to be adjustments made when it comes to your love life. All right. Let me get this card. Queen of Swords, please. Okay, yeah. Spirit is telling you there's an end. This is like the Tower for me, the Storm Brewing card. It fell reversed. So I feel like Spirit is telling you that, all of these hard times that you've experienced are coming to an end. Okay. Yeah. All of the butting heads and the arguing with people, not getting along in relationships, you feeling like people don't understand you. Spirit is saying all of that is about to end. Okay. All right, so the first card we're going to take a look at represents your relationship foundation with the soulmate, okay, with the new love. It is Judgment. Again, it's Scorpio. So like I said, some of y'all got Scorpio placements, or you're dealing with a Scorpio. So this is talking about, second chances, you starting over when it comes to love and, going for what it is that you want, okay? Judgment. This one. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are focusing on your spirituality because, poor thing, I hate that, Aries. I hate that. You feel hopeless when it comes to your love life. That makes me sad to see that. All right, let me pull for your person. Judgment, please. Yeah, there's a lot of telepathy going on between the two of you. All right, this person is going to come in and they're wanting to give you a family. They're wanting to have a family with you. Okay, so you have a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of things to be, grateful for. It may not seem like it right now because it seems like you're not getting what it is that you want. Okay. You may have been dealing with people in the past who, they succumb to temptation. They don't, they don't hold you and the relationship sacred, or they didn't in the past. But this just fell upside down. So Spirit is telling you there's an end to these types of things. There are no longer going to be people in your life who are looking outside of the relationship for their satisfaction. Okay. All right. The next two cards we're going to take a look at represents your emotions. So we've got the Knight of Wands here and the Seven of Wands. Okay. So the Knight of Wands is a fire sign, or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You're wanting to take a risk emotionally. Okay. You're wanting to open yourself up emotionally, but at the same time, with the Seven of Wands, you are guarded. You're very guarded because of what's happened, because you've had people, cheat on you and do all kinds of fucked up stuff. And I feel like, you are pretty much doing everything you can to protect your energy. So it's like you want to take a risk, but that at the same time, you're holding yourself back because you're not wanting to go through what you've gone through before in the past. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Knight of Wands and Seven of Wands. Yeah. Okay. Hold on one second. Knight of Wands, Seven of Wands. Yeah. See, yeah, you have a lot of regret when it comes to your past relationships. I feel like, you may go back and be very judgmental of yourself when you look back on certain things that you did, and you're like, how could I have been so stupid? Why did I do that? But you were trying to love, Aries. There's nothing for you to be ashamed of, okay? When you're in love, that's what they say, we all fools when we're in love. When you're in love, you're going to look at that person through rose-colored glasses. You're going to treat them the best way you can, because that's the way you want to be treated. That's a part of being in love. I feel like you were functioning in your relationships the way you were supposed to be functioning, and that it was the other people that were doing things that they shouldn't have been doing. Okay, it was the choices, the people that you were attracting, that were doing the things that you couldn't fathom, you couldn't understand why they were doing them. Okay, but Spirit is telling you, to let go of those things, because you're transforming. Okay, you're going from that caterpillar into the butterfly, into a beautiful butterfly. And when you come out as this butterfly, you're going to have a beautiful soulmate that comes to meet you. Okay, all right. The next card we're going to take a look at represents your person's emotions, the soulmate's emotions. So we've got they showing up. Look, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at y'all's situation. I'm not, but I'm laughing because I understand why y'all are coming out like this, because I feel like this sometimes too. So with the Four of Pentacles, your person is coming out, holding themselves back too. They're feeling emotionally like jaded, like you are. Like, I want to start this relationship, with Aries. I want to go into this. I love them. But is this, they question it just like everybody else. Just like you question, you probably going to question them. They're like, is this going to be the same thing over and over again? But I think the reason why they're moving forward is because they know intuitively that no, that's not what's going to happen. Because normally there's one pentacle that the person has over their chest, right? Which is them guarding their heart in the Four of Pentacles. But this Four of Pentacles is on the statue. So I feel like this person has come to terms with the fact that if they want to be in a relationship with you, they want to give you love and have, and receive love in return, prioritize you in the relationship, they're going to have to open themselves up. And I feel like that's why the pentacle is on the statue, covering the statue's heart and not their heart, because they've made the decision, okay, I'm just going to have to go in, and it's just going to have to be what it's going to be. Okay. All right. So the next, where's the other? Oh, this is theirs. So hold on. I'm kind of getting mixed up with what I'm doing. Okay, let's clarify. Yeah. So your person had to walk away from some messed up stuff. Okay. They have been, in their pride for a while, because they got dragged like you got dragged. So they had to say goodbye to somebody who was not valuing them, who was not taking them in the relationship seriously, and who was doing all kinds of crap, similar crap to what was being done to you. Okay. Okay. We get Four of Pentacles. Yeah. See, they were going through in their relationship, where they were breaking up and making up and breaking up and making up over and over again. And, this person is as tired of the damn swings as you are. Okay. Yeah. See, y'all both sitting in negativity, because this is your card. Okay. You're both sitting in negativity because y'all have been through it. And my heart goes out to you. I commiserate with you, because I understand how this feels. You just get to a point to where you're just like, why do I keep trying? Okay, so the next card represents the challenges in the connection. So we got the Page of Cups coming up here. This is a water sign, or someone with a lot of water in their chart: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This card is Pisces when it shows up for me. Okay, so I feel like this is talking about, the challenge is, can the both of you come forward with a love offer and receive each other's love offer and open yourselves up emotionally. Okay, let's clarify. Page of Cups. Yeah, because see, both of you are showing up as, potentially closed off because of what happened with this black umbrella card. Okay. And it's going to be a maze for you to figure it out, how to open yourself back up. That's why the healing is so important. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You got to find your passion and your creativity. You got to get that back. Spirit is saying this is the one of the ways in which will help you to open yourself up is by tapping into your creativity and channeling channeling, using the creativity to open your heart back up. Because when you're doing something you love, that's going to automatically open your heart back up, and you can use that to help you to open up to prepare for this connection. Okay. And then you got somebody in your family with this karmic family card. Like I say, you say black, they say white. You and this person butt heads on a regular basis, or you have in the past. And this person has come back into your life for the two of you to work this shit out. And it don't mean that you got to forgive them. You got to forgive them, but it don't mean you forgive them and you just let them run all over you and you just continue on like nothing's happening. It's not that. You can forgive them and love them from afar, but you have to decide: are you going to forgive them and love them from afar, or are you going to forgive them and try to continue to have a relationship with them? This is your choice. Only you can figure out what you want to do, because if this is a parent, it has to be dealt with. Because if you bring this into your connection, I've told y'all this in the past, you're setting up roadblocks to you and your new person, you and your soulmate coming together. Okay. All right. Page of Cups. Okay. This person, this soulmate, is sending you messages with the music card. All right. They are learning how to set boundaries and not allow people to walk all over them, but they realize that you are their divine counterpart. That's why I'm saying divine counterpart, because I know there are guys that watch me, Aries men that watch me or cross watch. And with this, this card, they know you feel like home to them. And that's why they know on an intuitive level that the two of you have the potential to be great together. Okay. And to have a long lasting relationship. Okay. All right. Let me get one more card. Yeah. See, because they're withholding just like you. So let me tell you this. I know that's your first inclination, Aries, is to hold yourself back because you've been mistreated. But like I said, the more you work on clearing that stuff up, the easier it will become. I ain't say it's going to be easy, but the easier it will be for you to open your heart up to this person. Because the reason why you're wanting to shut down and you're not wanting to open up is because there are some parts of you that are still hurting because of things that happened in the past. It don't necessarily have to be with what happened with the twin, but it's some stuff in your past that you really, really, really got to look at. Okay. And I know I'm saying this, and I know y'all, like you've said this before, but it keeps coming up because Spirit is telling you some of you are not doing this. If you don't do this, it's not, you're not going to be able to heal yourself. Okay. Because like I told you, if you can, let me tell you like this. If you can forgive that fucking twin for all that fucked up shit they did to you, then I feel like you can forgive anybody. That's what I feel like Spirit is trying to tell you. Okay. The fact that this, I feel like this, what was going on with you when it comes to your romantic relationships, I feel like it was just doing like this. Every relationship you were in, and then it came to a head here with the twin. Okay. So I feel like the twin was the fucking epitome of all the fucked up shit you've been through. I feel like this person is like, almost like every fucked up thing you've been through was rolled. If it was rolled up into one person, it was the damn twin. So if you can truly heal that and get past what this person did to you, the shit from the past is, to me, should be a cakewalk. Okay. Like I said, easier, not easy. All right. Okay. So when we get to the last section we're going to look at represents the potential outcome. So we got two cards that fell here. We got the 4 and the 5. So we got the Emperor, Aries energy, your energy. This, I feel like, is representing your divine counterpart. And then we have the Hierophant, which is talking about a higher level of commitment. So Spirit is telling you, if you do what is being recommended here, if you're wanting to be with your soulmate, you're going to have a chance to be with your soulmate and get married, have a family. Because I told you, this person wants to have a family with you. All right. They're wanting to come in and be vulnerable with you because that's what they're wanting. They're wanting the two of you to both have what you've always dreamed of. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. The Emperor and the Hierophant. Ooh. Okay. We got the pills card showing this is what fell out of the minute I touched the deck, these cards flew. They just flew. That's why I'm bending down, bending over to get them out of off of the floor. So we've got the pills card here. It says addiction, bad habits, codependence. So there's something that needs to be looked at with this. We have rocking horse. It says early trauma, childhood trauma and early influences. Okay. So that's something that you got to take a look at as well. All right. This is talking about both you and your person, I feel like, because it's talking about the outcome, which speaks of both of you. Okay. All right. Let's get some more cards. The Emperor and the Hierophant. Okay. There may be some codependency going on your side, Aries. That's why this needy card is coming up here. It's talking about clinging to the masculine or feminine in order to make oneself feel better emotionally. Will do anything and everything to please this person. So this is something that, you got to figure out how to pump your brakes on. Whatever you feel like the person on the outside is going to give you, you got to start giving it to yourself, is what Spirit is saying. Okay. Then we've got Spirit telling you this is about you stepping back into your divine feminine or divine masculine energy with this divine feminine card. And then there's the desire card. Okay. It's saying a strong feeling of secretly wanting and wishing for your person. So I feel like Spirit is telling you basically, how bad do you want it? To take this right here, lust is what I'm hearing, the lust and the desire to be in this connection, and use it, channel it to get rid of your issues here, because we got the other one, the rocking horse and the pills, right? To use it to work on these things, to overcome these things, so that you can step into this divine feminine energy or the divine counterpart energy and be open and what is it? Open and receptive. Receptive to. I was about to say susceptible, which makes no sense. Open and receptive to this new person that is coming into you. Like I said, neither one of you are perfect. We're not, asking you to be. Spirit is not asking you to be. Spirit is telling you to acknowledge the things you need to work on and begin healing them. Okay. And you need to, like I always tell y'all, you need to continually have a healing routine that you do, because the healing doesn't stop when the person gets here. Okay. Because the two of you are still going to be leveling up. This connection is going to start to level up on its own. There are going to be things that you're going to learn. There are going to be things that your person's going to learn. The two of you are going to inspire each other to become better and better and better. So like the growth never ends. So for those of you who are just doing it and you like, oh, I'm just going to do it a little bit more and then I'm going to, you going through a spiritual awakening. And so you got to keep on. And then like this negativity, you gotta figure out where this negativity is coming from, and you gotta kill it. You gotta dig it out from the roots. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna get some messages from Spirit. See what they want to tell you. I'm gonna do something different this time. I'm not gonna use those cards. I'm gonna use these. Okay. So Spirit is showing you the 10 of Cups. Okay. I'm doing a different, I'm pulling a tarot card to get the information to see what else Spirit wants to tell you, because this message is at the bottom of these cards. So Spirit is saying a happy marriage, happily ever after, emotional contentment, a loving relationship with your children, raising children wisely and successfully, people you can trust. So Spirit is telling you, when you do what you're supposed to do, this will be your reward. You will step into the happiness and the love and the family that you're wanting. Okay. All right, let's get some messages from your person, the new person. No, we ain't getting nothing from the twin. Okay, so we've got we belong together. My heart is yearning for you. And then you make my heart skip a beat. I get butterflies whenever we talk. Okay, or that's what will happen when the two of you speak to each other. Get some more. Oof. Okay. I hear Michael Jackson. I just can't stop loving you. I've been hearing that for a while, but I'm hearing it today. Okay, this person is afraid of hurting you. That's why they're, they're going to come in slowly because they don't want to scare you. They don't want to trigger, any trauma, anything like that. Okay, they said they love you and they can't stop thinking about you. Okay. And then they're so in love with you. You are so perfect to me, is what they're saying. All right. Okay. We've got I am the man or woman. If you're a man, you're a male, you're attracted to women, just change it to women. Okay. We've got sex with you. So this person, like I said, I hear Rihanna, sex with me is so amazing. That's what they're saying. And then it says, you are so different, or they're saying sex with you is so amazing, is what they're saying. Okay, so they're saying you are so different from everyone around me. All right. I feel like this is what makes you stand out to this person because you're nothing like anybody they've ever met before. Okay. All right, Aries, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't give you your thing. Hold on. I didn't give you your oracle card. Let me do that. The other one too. Okay, there's the butterflies. Again, Spirit is saying, enjoy the overwhelming excitement and bliss of new or old love. Okay, then we've got self-love. All right, Spirit says, as you love who you are, you become more confident in your relationships and with yourself. And then we have best part. If life were a movie, being with each other would be the best part. You both bring out the better parts of each other. All right. Okay, Aries, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Aries. Oh, hi, Aries. Welcome back to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what is going on with you and your new love in the new month tarot card spread. Okay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Ooh. This one too? And possibly. Okay. Okay, Aries. Overall energy for this month's reading. We're starting out, it's the end of October, but we are starting out with November's read because I want to give it to you early. Okay, so you have a chance to have a forecast of what direction you're headed in for this next month, or what direction Spirit is recommending that you head in. Okay. All right. So overall energy is the Fool. So this is talking about, this Aries energy, new beginnings, like you taking a leap of faith. Okay. Underneath this is the Emperor, Aries energy. I feel like this is representing your soulmate coming in, your divine counterpart coming in. This could also be you being this energy, like taking charge of your life. You see at the bottom, it says authority, like you really getting into the ins and outs of your life and figuring out what directions you want to go in, how you want to navigate everything, so that what you want starts to fall into place. Okay. Underneath this is the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, y'all got some money coming here. This is not just talking about, the legacy, the love, the legacy with your person, but it is also talking about, it could be unexpected income is what I'm hearing coming in. This could just be something that you're working hard on that's about to pay off in the month of November. Okay. And then look at there's the Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. Okay. So this is, we do have both the Emperor and the Empress showing up here. So for a lot of you, this could be your person coming in. Okay. But the Empress card is talking about, it says at the bottom, fertility, but it's also talking about like you opening yourself up and being open, and receptive to this new person coming into your life. Okay. Because it's not enough that this person is coming. You have to open yourself up to this energy as well, Aries. Okay. And then underneath this is the Chariot. It's Cancerian energy. You may have Cancer placement, your person may have. Or you both may have. This is talking about, overcoming obstacles, pretty much balancing out the light and dark sides of your personality. It could speak of like shadow work, you overcoming, overcoming the obstacles you need to overcome in order to get to where you're trying to get to. Okay. I feel like, a lot of you may be coming out of the energy of being stuck, and this Chariot energy is going to help move you through this to get to where you want to go. Okay. So you've got some messages coming in with this Page of Wands, fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is somebody very enthusiastic. They're very, passionate. This could also, speak of them being curious about you. I feel like this is representing your person. Okay. They're going to come in wanting to give you equal give and take with the Six of Pentacles. Okay. And then look, celebration with the Three of Cups. All right. And then under that is the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy, talking about balance. I could keep going all day long, but we're not going to do that because I know y'all want to get into the read. Okay. So let's start by clarifying the Fool card. Fool. Okay. I hate to see this, Aries. Okay. Come on, Aries. We got to get it together. So it's saying deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost. This is heartbroken. Grieving and despair, a breakup. Okay. So there's been some type of breakup for some of you. It could have been this could be representing the fallout from, what happened with the twin. But, for others of you, you may just still be reeling from what happened with this person because the love was very deep, Aries. And so it's not a situation where I feel like you can, break up with this person one day and then snap your fingers the next day and expect to just bounce back and be 100% okay. Okay. Spirit is not asking you to ignore your feelings or, if you're having a bad day, to ignore that. That's not what they're asking you to do. What they're asking you to do is to move through it and not continue to sit in it. I see 444. So that's what they're saying. Just don't sit and marinate in it. And what we do when we lick our wounds and we're upset and, so something's going on. For some of you, this could be something with the new person that's going on, some of y'all. Okay. Because you got to remember, even though, like I said, this person is perfect for you, the two of you, are going to be very much in love with each other, so on and so forth. It's still a relationship at the end of the day. So something could be going on because I can feel it. I can feel the hurt and the pain. Spirit lets me feel it sometimes with the cards, and I can feel it now. So it's like burning. Something's going on with some of y'all. So, Spirit is telling you, have your moments, feel what you need to feel, but don't dig a hole and get down in it. You know how you get, because I get like that sometimes too, where you just be like, fuck it, man, and you dig the hole and you get down in there and you like, don't say nothing. People be trying to tell you, come out of that hole, Aries, come out of that hole. You're like, no, I want to stay in this hole because I feel bad, and I just want, that feel, that bad feeling. That's how I feel. It's making me want to dig a damn hole, and this ain't even my pain I'm feeling. Okay. All right, so whatever this is, hold on, let me clarify. I want Spirit to tell me what's going on with this. Okay, can you clarify the heartbroken card, please? Let me see what they're going to tell me. Okay, hold on. You know what this is? Okay, we're going to have to talk about this, Aries. We're going to talk about this real quick. Okay, it's not, I don't feel like for a lot of you, it is dealing with your person, because your person is being guided towards you with the synchronicities card. But it could be because it came out of my mouth. And if it's coming out of my mouth during the reading, everything that happens during a reading has something to do with somebody. Okay. So it came out of my mouth. There could have been some type of misunderstanding or something between you and your person, but the toxic addictions card is coming out. And I don't feel like that's what Spirit is talking about. Okay. Because this card fell out of the deck before I even turned on the camera when I was shuffling the cards. And a lot of times, well, most of the time, pretty much all the time, let me back it up. Pretty much all the time when the cards fall out like this before I'm getting ready to read for y'all, 9 times out of 10, it falls out again during the reading because it's something that Spirit is trying to call my attention to. So Spirit is talking about with this card, I feel so bad, Aries. Oh man, I hate you feel like this. I feel so bad. I was good until I picked up this heartbroken card. Okay. So like I said, my heart goes out to you. I hope you're able to move through this as quickly as you can. Not telling you to rush yourself, but because I know this don't feel good. But anyway, this toxic addictions card, okay, it can talk about drugs, sex, alcohol, but the one thing I feel like Spirit is referring to are the thoughts. Okay. There's some stuff going on in your mind because you've had a hard road when it comes to relationships, and I feel like this is dragging you down. And I feel like what Spirit is trying to tell you is that thoughts can be an addiction just like anything else. Okay, we can be addicted, we can go through things so many times and so much and have it be so bad until that's our normal mode of operation, and we think that those thoughts, those things we're telling ourselves, or the stuff we were exposed to when we were younger, that we just accepted and we just move on with, they can put us in that hole, and we can think that it can become habits, and this is the way we automatically think. Like if things don't show up in the 3D the way we want them to, or things are going well, and then all of a sudden something happens, we have to figure out, and I'm talking to me too, I'm not just talking to y'all. We have to figure out a way to not let this drag us down into that damn hole, like, and become depressed and sit in negativity. Like, it's another card in this deck that talks about negativity. Let me see if I can find it. And that's what I feel like is going on, because this hurts, Aries. Oh my gosh. Whew. I tell you, boy. So we got to figure out a way to get out of that, because that's not good. It's not good to be sitting in this and feeling like this and feeling bad. There it is. This is what that pain feels like. Okay, like it's the end of the world, like nothing's ever going to work out right. Whatever you telling yourself, Aries, you got to stop telling this to yourself, because you don't want these thoughts to start picking up and snowballing, and for you to start going in the opposite direction. Because remember, I told you, anything like this, all right, anything like these cards that we're talking about here, you're letting the twin win. Okay, so you got to figure out, you might have to take a look at those thoughts and start to think about things, figure out a way to have these feelings. And once you've had these feelings, take this thought, examine it, and figure out a different way you can rephrase it to something positive and flip it around. Like for instance, if you're always thinking nothing ever goes right for you in love relationships, okay, let's do it right now. Okay, if that's what you're thinking, then you need to think of a point in your life where something did go right, where you did have a positive moment in a relationship. Because even with the twin, in the very beginning, something good had to happen for the two of you to come together. So in the very beginning, for a lot of you, something right did happen before the jackass started acting like a jackass. Things did act right. I mean, things were right? So think about that moment, latch on to that moment, not to hook on to that person or to bring that person back into your energy, but to cancel out this negative thought. Because that's not true. It's not true that nothing ever works out for you, because you did have a good moment in the beginning with that person. You probably had a good moment in the beginning with every person you were with, even though in the end it didn't go the way you wanted it to. Okay, this is about you learning how to take those steps to pull yourself out of this negativity, so you don't let it drag you down into this and into depression and all that kind of stuff. Because once you start getting into depression and all that, it's just a whole big old Pandora's box you don't even want to open. Okay, all right, let's move forward. Okay, all right, the next card we're going to take a look at, this is the first card of the spread. It's representing the main theme of the month. Okay, this is some amazing energy for this to be your card for the month of November. So this is Spirit saying, this is Sagittarius energy. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So Spirit is telling you, you got good karma, a lot of good karma coming your way with this Wheel of Fortune card, because this is a major arcana card, Aries. And this is Spirit telling you that you may be feeling like this right now, but your shit is about to turn around big time in a good ass way. Okay, this is the way you want the card to show up, like this. Okay, all right, let's clarify it. Like I said, you got love coming, because this is the soulmate card. Okay, it talks about a new relationship coming in. You got some goodies coming to you, is what Spirit is trying to tell you. Okay, yeah. So what Spirit is trying to tell you is, we've got the cut down card. So they're telling you to cut out and separate yourself and stop these patterns. Like cut out the limiting beliefs, the negative beliefs, separate yourself from those types of thoughts and start to, because it's habits. So you have to start to change and switch your habits to thinking a different way. So every time that thought comes into your mind, oh, relationships never work out for me, you'd be like, nope, that's not true. Or even if you still feel like after the example I gave you that it still doesn't work out, just say, okay, maybe it didn't in the past, but that don't mean it's not going to work out now in the future. Because think about it, Aries. Why would Spirit keep telling you that there's somebody coming if there's nobody coming? Why would Spirit sit here and do that to you? Because that's one thing I will say about Spirit now. Spirit is not, like I said, they about the lessons. You're going to learn certain things. Sometimes there's going to be tough love. Sometimes they're going to give me stuff and I'm going to have to tell you what I'm going to have to tell you. But it's all in love. But one thing you got to realize with Spirit is not going to put you in a situation where you just keep on getting hurt and keep on like the soul, not the soulmate thing, but the twin thing, right? That's why I told you Spirit is telling you to walk away from this person, because Spirit would never let you, unless you choose to do this now. This is your choice because you got free will at the end of the day. Spirit is telling you that they would never recommend that you go back to somebody that treated you the way this twin treated you. It was supposed to be a one-time thing for you to grasp that lesson, learn the things you needed to learn, and move the hell on, okay? They would never tell you to go back to this person. And you see, every time we read, right, they tell you, even when they tell you about this person and they tell you that this person loves you, they still tell you at the end of the day, their recommendation is for you to move forward to somebody else, okay? So I'm saying all this to say that you have to start to believe this. If you want this person to come into your life, it's still manifestation at the end of the day. And I'm reading your energy. So if there's somebody showing up in your energy, you've got to stop blocking it with this, okay? You have to stop blocking it with this. And that's why this cut down card is coming out, because Spirit is saying it's time for you to, like, for some of you, negative thoughts are an addiction. And it's time for you to cut this stuff out. It's an addiction, just like a alcoholic, or you are a limiting beliefaholic, basically. And so you have to stop riding that negativity train. You got to get off. You got to get off and buy a ticket for the damn positivity train and start to switch your beliefs. And like I said, it doesn't have to be something that okay, I'm gonna switch everything in like 5 seconds or like 5 minutes, because it don't work like that. It took you years. Years of you riding this train. So you got to get off and you got to start taking baby steps. So like I told you, pick one belief that comes, like the one that you think the most, right? Catch yourself when it starts to come through and be like, nope, I'm not, I don't choose to believe that anymore. This is what I choose to believe. I choose to believe that only good people and only good experiences happen when I'm in relationships. That's what you got to pick something that's near and dear to your heart, something that's easy for you to remember, and something that makes you feel good. And start to say that every time that other belief comes in, just be like, nope, not going to believe that. This is what it's like having a mental diet. You're going to have to start to do that to pull yourself out of this, because y'all got love coming, okay? Spirit can put the person there. They can make you bump into the person. They can have the person knock on your door, but you're the one that got to answer it. You're the one that has to get into the connection with the person. You have to let them in, okay? That's why I feel like the Empress is showing up as well, because Spirit is saying you have to open yourself up and keep your heart open. And I know that's not the easiest thing to do, especially when your heart is broken. That's why it's important for you to heal. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay. Let me pull a card for your person for this Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So your person at this time or this next month, they're going to be gaining knowledge about this connection. Okay. So they could be watching tarot. They could be, looking up things online, reading books about the soulmate connection. They could be, doing a lot of different things to educate themselves further. Because remember, this person is tapped in just like you are. Okay. All right. So card number 2 represents the past influences affecting this month. Okay. So we have the Hermit card. This is Virgo energy. This could represent the older person in the connection, but it doesn't have to. Okay. Introspection. That's what Spirit is telling you. That's why we're talking about these toxic addictions and these, this negativity, all right? Because it's coming from a place of you being hurt, okay? So once you heal that, I feel like, some of these limiting beliefs may give you a break, but you have other ones you have to deal with as well. I feel like you have some that may be running in the background on a regular basis, and you've got to start to get in there and clean that shit out. It's like spring clean. I used to talk about this back in the day when I first started my channel. I call it that mental spring cleaning, where you get in there and you're like, okay, I can't be believing this shit no more. I got to start I got to start to believe something else, because that ought to be an example that you can bring in what you want. Because the fact that you've been thinking negative shit and negative shit's been happening, that lets you know your power's intact. You know how to manifest. The only different thing you have to do now, Aries, is to turn it around and start to think the positive things. Okay. And that's what this hermit energy is about. Okay. About you having that introspection, contemplation, thinking about what's going on, where you're going wrong, because think about it, because that's how you know whether it's a good belief for you or not. How does it make you feel? Because the feeling I'm feeling, ooh, if you walking around all day feeling like this, Aries, I don't know how you make it, sweetheart. I don't know how you do it, because I feel horrible. And like I said, this is not my pain. This is y'all's pain that spirit is making, letting me feel. Okay. So please make sure you take this hermit energy and focus on what you need to focus on, so you can get out of that energy, because you can't go into no relationship like that, because you're not even going to be in the right energy to be accepting of this person. Because look at how this person is showing up. It says teddy bear, interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, wanting to date. So this person's going to be all about you, and you got to get away from this. You got to get away from this. Okay. This person is going to inspire you to be happier, going to help you with the healing and stuff like that. But the first thing you have to do is identify what your issues are, so you can deal with them. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me get the next card. The next card represents the roadblocks for the month. All right. So we got the Two of Pentacles and we have the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like what Spirit is talking about with these cards is the fact you're going to have a decision to make. Okay. Because we got the juggling card here. So because that twin is still in your energy, whether you want them to be or not, because it's like this person's not going to leave you alone. And like I said, when you decide to commit to this new person, here come the twin, and they're going to try to put pressure on you to stay stuck, to stay in this negative type of energy. So anybody that wants you to feel like this, Aries, that's your number one thing right there. That's your number one clue that this motherfucker don't care nothing about you. Cause why, if you really deep down inside love somebody and you want to be with them, and all them fucking lies they gonna come and tell you, why would they want you to stay like this and hurt? That's not somebody that really love you. Somebody that love you wants you to be happy, even if it means that you're not with them. That's true love. When you hear somebody say something like that to you, that I don't care, if we together or not, I just want you to be happy. That's how you know somebody really fucking love you. Okay. All right. So this is about, like I said, you having to make a decision. Okay. There could be these other things, like you juggling the positive and negative thoughts. That could be what this two is talking about as well, with the Two of Pentacles. Then we got the Eight of Pentacles, and Spirit is saying, this is about you doing this work to clear out. I know I keep picking up the card because I have to talk about, what you need to do to clear out this addiction. Okay. And like I said, we're not talking about drugs and alcohol. All right. To me, the negative thoughts are worse than drugs and alcohol, because at least with the drugs and alcohol, if you decide not to take them, you can just leave them. You can just leave them where they at. You don't have to go get them if you don't want to use them. But with the thoughts, they in your damn mind, and you got to get them out. Okay. All right. So Spirit is saying that's the roadblock, is for you to figure out how to be a more of a positive thinker, and how to stop entertaining all this negativity. Okay. Because it's not helping you at all. All right. Let's clarify. Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, please. Hold on. All of these, Spirit? Okay, hold on. Let me put them back. Hold on one second. There's a whole bunch of cards fill out. Okay. Okay, so we've got camera, All right. And it's talking about, it says reminiscing, making memories, learning from the past, perception. So I feel like this is what Spirit is telling you. This is the, the part of the roadblock, you learning from the past, you learning from how destructive these negative thoughts were, these limiting beliefs were to you in the past, and realizing that you got to make a change. Okay. I hear Michael Jackson, make that change, man in the mirror. You got to make that change so that your life starts to roll in the direction you want it to. Okay. And then we've got hiding true feelings, pretending and deluding. And this is something that can be a fallout from that as well. Okay. I feel like this may be talking about the twin coming in too, because we all know they wear a mask. We know they hide their feelings. They pretend, they don't tell the truth. But this is one thing that you dealing with negative thoughts. This is one thing that could possibly be part of the fallout from that is because it may cause you to shut yourself down, close your heart off, and for you to hide your feelings when this new person comes in, and that's not what you want to do. Okay, because this person's gotten hurt too. We talk about this all the time. I remind you of this because I want you to understand that the stakes are high on both sides of this connection. Okay, it's not just you. It's not just you getting into something and the person that you getting into it with, they la-di-da, they was free and and doing fine and didn't have to do work and didn't have to overcome things on their own because they had to do it as well. So that is why it is imperative for you to look at what you're thinking, the thoughts you're thinking, because as I used to tell y'all about those glasses, how people talk about when you're in love, you look through, how you look at the world through rose-colored glasses. It's the same thing when you got negative thoughts and all these crazy beliefs. It's like dirty glasses. You got fingerprints and I don't know, dirt and all oil and all kinds of crap on these glasses, and you trying to look at love through dirty glasses. You're not going to look at it the right way. Your heart, you're not going to want to open your heart. You're going to be thinking all kind of jaded shit. And so that's why Spirit is, beating this point and letting y'all know, reminding you that this month that it's important. Because I think for some of y'all, this person is coming in if they haven't already come in yet. Because it's like it's snowballing. It's like it's rolling through the collective, and it's like, okay, now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to get your person. Now it's your turn to get your person. So Spirit is telling you this so you can prepare yourself. Okay. All right. So the last card we're going to take a look at represents the possibilities of the month. Okay. So we got the moon and we have the tower. Okay. The moon, Cancer and Pisces energy, Cancer showing up again. And then we've got the tower, which is Scorpio energy. So it is talking about, a change is about to occur in your life because this, for some of you, this person is coming in. For others of you, we got the moon card coming up here showing secrets. So that could be what Spirit is saying is that, when you least expect it, the tower moment is going to happen. This person is going to come in and it's going to be almost like they blindside you because it's supposed to be a surprise. You're not supposed to know when it happens. Okay, let's clarify. The moon and the tower, please. Hold on. The moon and the tower. Yeah, see? Hold on. I want to get one more card before I show you this. Moon in the tower. Yeah, see? Because when you go into this relationship with this person, you got to learn, you and this person both need to be in the spirit and in the energy of compromise, right? Because this is about you cutting ties again with the thoughts and the beliefs and the negativity that you've been holding on to so that you can move forward and receive what it is you need, like the type of relationship and the type of love that you want and that you can have. Because look at what is coming. Okay, this coming from your person's side. Marriage, like I said, this is not your fly-by-night connection. This is somebody that knows what they want. They know they want you. They are very attracted to you, in love with you, ready to be with you. But you've got to be open to this connection as well. But this person is, like I said, you can't expect this person to be beating and clawing at your walls. Just like, you shouldn't have to beat and claw at their walls either. This is about both of you meeting each other on a level playing field And like I said, not necessarily throwing open the doors on your heart, but crack it a little bit and peek out the door. Let them peek at you. Y'all get a conversation started, and then you move forward a little bit. They move forward a little bit, crack it a little bit further, like that. Move slowly. This is not a thing where Spirit is telling you that you need to go balls to the wall. It's not that type of party. Okay, so please look at the things that you need to look at. Okay, because those of you who have not met your person yet, this could be why. It could be because you're hanging on to negativity. You're allowing the negativity to take you over. And when you do that, it's going to be a block to what it is you want coming in. Okay. All right. Let's get some messages from Spirit. See what they want to tell you. Give me a second. I hear, what is it? The Bee Gees. How deep is your love? So this could be your person asking you, how deep is your love? Okay. Because they gonna, come in a certain way, and they're gonna expect you to reciprocate. Okay. Not, like I said, not balls to the wall, but they're gonna expect you to, show them that you're interested in stuff too. And like I said, you can't let this stuff just tear up the one, time you got somebody coming in that's going to treat you right. Okay. All right. So we've got intuition. Spirit is saying you already know the answers you seek. Then we have protected. You are safe and divinely guided. Then we have, there it is again. We just talked about this, right? Go slow. Take the time to get to know each other. Like I said, this is going to be at a leisurely pace. This is not going to be something where somebody, start off as friends. That's what Spirit is telling you. It's not going to be something where, because both of you just got out of some shit where it was chaotic, where it was messed up. Okay. So Spirit is saying this friendship is leading to more. So that's the key word, friendship. Be friends first and just let it evolve from there. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can let me get some messages. Let's get some messages from your person. We're going to do some new cards. Let's do these cards. Okay. See, it says songs are speaking to me. Then we've got a lot of signs are pointing to you lately. So like I told you, this person is getting synchronicity. Spirit is pointing them in your direction. So that's why, you got to be preparing yourself. Okay. Hold on. Okay. We got, I don't deserve you at all. And then we've got, we belong together. True love is hard to find, but I found it with you. Yes, I do want to be with you. You make my heart skip a beat. I get butterflies whenever we talk. Okay. All right. Before you go, we are going to pull a lover's oracle card here. Okay. And see what else Spirit wants to tell you about the reading. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Here. See it? Okay. It says trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So what Spirit is saying is, yes, you went through a bad time. Yes, it sucked. Yes, it hurts like hell to try to get over something when somebody broke your heart, right? But Spirit is telling you, accept what happened. It was a lesson you needed to learn. You have rewards waiting for you, lots of rewards waiting for you on the other side. You got somebody who loved the fuck out of you coming. You have money coming, because I just showed you the 10 of Pentacles. Some of you may be getting new cars. You may be getting, just some unexpected amount of money showing up. It's a lot of different things that come as a reward for you walking away from this twin and doing your healing and putting yourself first and showing Spirit that you've learned the lesson. Okay. All right, Aries, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Aries.